Yeah.
Now you listening to Prime Stars music. Prime Stars.
I will put her down on the side of town where the tricks is round. For sure they're lookers, preferably they set their eyes and give the prize to my hooker behind the gates in this mansion by the safe. Is where he took her. She a reacher, I'm her teacher, and we gon' show. He mistook her, data black. You say appointment, but he probably thinking I'm a booker. I'ma try and knock her. It ain't tricking, posing as a trick to try and knock her. She tied him up, dominated the trick, and kicked his balls like she was playing soccer. These niggas corn, my game is poppin', and she popped the corn like oral rat and blocker. Yeah, she's some hoeing, but the way she move, you would think that she was a flocker. Oh, now he's her sugar daddy, and he spoiled a bitch like his favorite daughter. And she brings the spoils all to me, so I can clean her up like she bathed in water. And her family is amazed at how far she's came from the way she was raised. With the way I taught her ain't what I bought her. First time I called her, she had the seed. It was in her, adapt to it like water. It's the game, pimp chauvinism gives to cinder. Open up the package, put in the mail. Close the package and return to cinder. She break the trick. The trick is. Alright, so as requested, you know what I'm saying? Well, y'all know this was coming. Look, and I wasn't even gonna do it. That's the cold part. I wasn't even gonna do it, you know. But people want to know what the perspective of the P is when it comes to Johnny. Yeah, and shout out to well, at least he changed his clothes. You know what I'm saying? Here, let's go.
Listen, you know where we at. You know who it is. Game guy Goldie, the one and only. And I got a special, extra special guest. Now, you know I like to bring you people that you don't normally have access to. This gentleman right here is a legend in his own right. And he's going to come and drop some of his legendary game on you today. See, this is a treat. He don't come outside. He don't do interviews. But I told him, I said, please, can you come through and drop some of that priceless game that he gave me when I was coming up on y'all?
Priceless means it ain't no price.
So let me introduce Johnny Cash the GOAT.
Church. It's a pleasure to be here, fam. It's a pleasure to be here with you. You family.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So when you extended the invitation, man, I'm here.
Man, a lot of you don't know. The name Young Goldie came from this man right here. See, you get your name gifted to you, you know, when it's the right way, you know. So he gifted me that name. I would have never jumped out here and called myself Goldie, but he saw something in me and he gifted me that name that you all know me by to this day. You know, and I'm forever grateful. He gifted me that, and he gifted me a whole lot of game and a whole lot of guidance. So we gonna come and have him give you a little bit of game and a little bit of guidance. So before I, let you introduce yourself, let me just say, you can Google him, Johnny Cash the GOAT. You know, he has a long history, in the streets. You know, this is a redemption story, though. This is a man who got to the greatest heights, some of the heights that most people don't really get to, in his field. And, went to the penitentiary, IRS came for him, and now he's changed his life, and now he's out here advocating to do the right thing, right? But we're going to take you back through.
Okay, so he went to the penitentiary, IRS came.
Not too many people get to the heights in his field that he's gotten to. And you know what I say, y'all? I say, look, you play the field long enough, right? You play the field long enough, you're going to end up in the court for sure. Vicious.
His history to give you the game that got him to those heights, and how that same game used in a right, legitimate way with the right intentions could still make you successful and still have you on the way to where you want to be.
Exactly.
So, tell me, at the height of your, in the game, man, how many women did you have?
Okay, now, right there. In the height, well, in the game, right, quote unquote, how many women did you have? The game. All right, let's see.
Shit, at the top of 12.
12 women. I seen it. We gonna put some pictures up too. 12 women. Most of y'all can't have control of one. And these women that he had, and we not glorifying.
He said we're going to put some pictures up too. All right, well, shoot. So see them pictures. Hey, look, he said we're going to put some pictures up too. All right, well, I can't wait to see them. Let's go.
We just talking about the past. This is a redemption story.
Exactly.
But he had 12 women paying him money. Not just paying him money, but 12 women going out every single night to work to come back and bring him the money. No violence, no manipulation, straight game, right?
No violence, no manipulation, straight game. Okay. Women going out to work for him. Are we supposed to assume these are hoes? I mean, women going out to work. Let's continue.
And we're going to get into how that works, how he was able to do that with no violence, no threats, and these women still to this day hold him in high esteem. No woman went to the police on him when he caught his Fed case. It was all about some money, right? So we're going to get into the crux and the details of that. 12 women in the height,
He said no women called the police on him in his Fed case. It was all about the money. Y'all follow along here. No women called the police on him in his Fed case. It was all about the money. Let's go.
you was riding Bentleys and Range Rovers and Escalades, owning businesses, mansions, mink coats, fur coats. Your women had fur coats. Your women had jewels. Everybody outside was scared when your women got down because they was like, man, they gonna take all the money outside.
Here come the competition.
Now, right there. See, the thing that I got an issue with is that we talking about redemption stories, right? And he's saying, oh, this is the past and all that, right? What's wrong with saying hoes? You see what I'm saying? What's wrong with saying hoes? Why is it women and this and women? Okay, well, they women. Why don't you say hoes? Call it what it is. It's the past, right? Let's go.
Yeah.
Here they come. They stood out. Here they come.
And then from that to the feds coming in, stopping everything that was going on. Not one woman folded, which just shows the type of respect that you had. I'm just giving them a background of who you are. They could Google you, Johnny Cash, the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So give them your intro for yourself.
And when if y'all Google, everybody Google Johnny Cash the GOAT. Let me know what pop up. Let's go.
Well, man, I'm Johnny Cash, the GOAT out there, Memphis, Tennessee, represent Memphis, you know what I'm saying? I've been in this thing for a long time, past 10, been in this thing, man, this P is forever, but you can't P forever. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Now, he said been in this thing, right? Now, we ain't finna go with the slick talk. Been in it? Okay, well, been in it, what? So, are you not in it no more? I've been in it, right? So, y'all gotta watch that. And he said in this thing, you know what I'm saying? What y'all so scared of the word pimping for? You see what I'm saying? He talking about, like, what'd he say? He said, what'd he say? He said, watch this.
The GOAT, you know what I'm saying? So give them your intro for yourself.
Well, man, I'm Johnny Cash, the GOAT out there, Memphis, Tennessee, represent Memphis, you know what I'm saying? You know, I've been in this thing for a long time, you know, past 10, been in this thing, man. You know, this P is forever, but you can't pee forever. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
This P is forever, but you can't pee forever. Says who? Says who? This P is forever, but you can't pee forever. Well, then what's forever? What's forever? And what's P? Say it, nigga. Say it. Say it. You know what I'm saying? What they so scared to say pimping for? Say it. Let's go.
And I'm here, you know, with Young Goldie, man, to put some paint where it ain't, man, to really, you know, let you youngsters know.
I know I keep stopping it, but look. Put some paint where it ain't. Look, y'all. You heard it from Chauvinist first, y'all. You know what put some paint where it ain't means? See? This why, you know what I'm saying, the P perspective is very powerful and important when it comes to the game. Well, let's break it down or build it up. Paint, Paint, right? Putting some paint where it ain't making things colorful. It's you putting the P where it ain't. And that's what I'm doing. I'm putting some paint where it ain't, man. Let's go.
Oh, the new generation know that, hey, man, you can be anything you want to be, man, but 2025, this ain't where it's at, Jack. This is not where it's at. If you got anybody encouraging you, or you looking at this and trying to get motivated to do this other thing, hey, man, go find you something safe to do, because this ain't what you want.
What's this? You ain't saying that. You talking present tense now. Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. You talking present tense. You saying this ain't where it's at. That's present. What's this? Is this you? What is this? Let's go.
I'm glad he said that too. And you know, he's the only man because he gifted me the name Young Goldie that could call me Young Goldie. You know, it's Game Guy Goldie now,
Yeah,
but you know,
yeah,
he could call me Young Goldie because he gave me that name.
yeah.
You corny ass nigga. What sense does that make? Who get a name? That's your name, right? Oh, but the only person who can call it to me is the one who gave the name to me. That sounds real feminine to me. That's your name or not, G? You know what I'm saying? Is that your name? He the only one that could call me Young Goldie. What that mean? I'm Game God Goldie, haha. So what you named yourself? So or what you let him know? Oh, you know you gave me Young Goldie, but that ain't my name. What's your Instagram? Young Goldie? You see what I'm saying, y'all? Don't do too much, Goldie. Don't do too much. I see you ain't got your little sweatsuit on. I see you got, some different type of clothes. You know what I'm saying? I see you got some different type of clothes. Let's go.
But
And,
okay,
it,
yeah, let's
and the name is well deserved, man. You know, what they don't know is I saw something in you that at the time you didn't even see in yourself and look at you now, church.
listen, man. I appreciate that. You know,
You know how many bitches and hoes I told that to in my life? You know how many hoes I told that to that I didn't name? I'm just talking, y'all. Look, hey, look, don't pay me no attention. I'm really just getting warmed up. You know what I'm saying? But let's go.
I use the same formula that I used back in the day, right? You know, and I got
Okay.
with you, and I reached heights that were unbelievable, and ran laps around people doing it 10 years before me. You know, and I took that same formula of finding people who have excelled in their arena in business.
Now he said, ran laps around people doing it. What's the it? What's the this and the that and the it? What's the it? What's the been there and the done that and ran laps around it? What's the it? I don't want to assume. When they say assume, they say you make an ass out of you and me, right? Because it's ASS, you and me. But there's no and. It says make an ass out of you and me. Well, since there's no and, why don't you make an ass out of you to me, right? That's some other side game. But listen, I'm not finna assume I know what he talking about. What you didn't ran laps around. Let's go.
And I'm doing the same thing, and it's allowing me to progress a lot faster in business than most people who've been doing business a lot longer than I've been doing. So,
See, like I told you from the start back in the day, I don't know if you remember, but if I give you this much game, you got that much game.
yeah,
You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So now look at you. You done took it to new heights, man. You know, you motivating the world, not just the streets. You motivating the world, and that's what it's about, man.
Man, I appreciate it. And, you know, one thing about that is too, like some of the game you gave me changed my life. And you know, you said it to me, and you know, I thought it sounded cool. You said, "Hey, man, you walk outside, you walk by 100 dudes. No, you got more game than 99 of them. And when your broad walk outside, she walk by 100 women. No, she got more game than 99 of them. I would say that to my women all the time.
See that?
And you know, I thought it was some slick stuff until I really understood the game you gave me. And to this day, I be looking at these dudes like, you don't even know how this shit's supposed to go.
Exactly. Your game IQ
Yeah.
ain't where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah. You don't even know how this shit is supposed to go. But we gonna get into that. Too.
How this shit. So I'm just going, what's this, game? Game, how this is supposed to go. What, game? Or pimping? What's this? Let's go.
We gonna get into that
yeah,
too.
Exactly. We just getting started.
We just getting started. I was gonna go in order of these questions, but you know, something that I really feel like is very important. One of the things that I admire most about you in your game and how you handled your household when I would see it, it's the respect that you have from your women. I mean, it's worth noting that when the feds came in to get you for everything you were doing, they went to every last one of your women, tried to bribe them, tried to clean their record to tell on you, tried to give them some of your jewelry and some of the money you had if they would tell on you, and not one of those women folded, right? And
Now, when the feds came and get you for what you was doing, right? They went to the women to see if the women would tell. Now, well, let's go. Let's listen.
And I feel like that speaks volume, because if any one of those women just had something about you they didn't like, something spiteful about you, they would have turned on you, because it would have been only an upside, no downside. But they had so much respect for you that they turned down money, they turned down their record getting clean, and it wasn't out of fear, because at that point, you know, they were completely safe.
Exactly.
So
Now let me ask y'all: do the feds come for dope dealers? Do the feds come for? I mean, what type of game do the feds come for? See, shout out to Johnny Cash. You know, he won Mac of the Year. Kenny Red, rest in peace. Gave it to him. I guess he felt that's what was suitable. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Johnny Cash, Mac of the Year award. Right? You know the Max. Look, hey, look. Shout out to Martina. What she say? She said the Max make it hard on the pimping. Why? Because they got all type of stuff for a bitch to do. And they be out there doing all, no, she didn't say for a bitch to do. She said they be doing all type of stuff to get money and make it easy. So they make it easier on the hoe. They make it easier on the bitch. That's why it's harder for the pimping. She said, yeah. It's vicious, right? See, when you know, maybe, see, it's a flip side to things, right? If we talking about the past and all that, right? And it's the past, but you want to talk about it, okay? Shit, maybe young Goldie ain't saying hoes because they wasn't hoes. See, that's the thing, you know, y'all could have, you know, all type of little bitches come in your program, and, you know, a bitch don't want to prostitute. You see what I'm saying? She don't want to do that. And that's okay, right? So what, you gonna have her sell some dope for you, or you gonna have her, you know, do some scams for you, right? You gonna have her, you know, be a maid for all the hell I know, right? As long as what, they come bring you the money. You see what I'm saying? You gonna have them steal. How does she steal it? Right? Come on now, right? Right? But where the hoeing at though? Let's go.
what I want to know is, break down how you had the respect in your household like that.
See, it was given to me, young Golden. that everything, before you can have a relationship with a woman, before you can have anything with her, the foundation has to be built off respect. And respect starts with the small things, like a broad using profanity around you. Oh, hold up, baby. No, we don't do that. Real women don't speak like that, especially not around that man.
Oh, that's deep. That's
You
deep.
know, how could you expect for everybody else to respect me when you don't respect me?
That's deep
I agree. I agree. Let's go.
right there. That's heavy. You said it's the little things,
The little
and they
things.
skipping that part right there.
Yeah, they skipping that part of it. They want to try these other methods when it ain't but one method, and that's the right method, man. Everything is built off respect, because how it started is how it's going to end.
I dig that, right? And I feel like that's real heavy. You won't even allow a woman to use profanity around you because that speaks of respect. If she was in the presence of her boss, if she was in the presence of the president, if she was in the presence of an elderly woman or her grandmother, she's not going to use profanity, which means she holds them in high regard. So what
Bars.
you're saying is everything she does, you must correct her to make sure she holds you in high regard.
Exactly, man. Just like that.
That is deep. That's heavy right there.
See, a lot of these guys feel like being physical is the way to go. It starts with the mental, the skull game. You know, I call it the skull game. But
Yeah.
when you can stimulate that woman mentally, everything else gonna fall in order.
And I remember you used to tell me, you said,
Yeah.
if I got to beat her, I don't need her.
No, man. We don't. Hey, this melts in your mouth, not in your hand, man.
Melt in your mouth and not in your hand. What are you talking about? Look, you know how corny and square young Goldie is? He said, you should tell me all the time, if you got a beater, you don't need her. Like, that's like some old exclusive game. We've been saying that for centuries. That nigga said, you should tell me, yeah, if you got a beater, you don't need her. Nigga so square, y'all. Oh, this nigga square. Let's go.
I got to do that, baby. You look better going than you do coming. I ain't with that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
No, I ain't
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
It's too much work in that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's too much work in that.
Okay, okay. So respect, right? It start from the little things,
Yes, sir.
right? So, she
No, I was gonna say, well, look, I'll be trying to listen, but I don't want to miss nothing because I ain't doing different takes and I'm just going straight through. I ain't got no notes or no nothing, right? But listen, that thing, right? Why y'all, you know, the rules that apply, okay, to the pimping and hoeing, right? To the game of pimping and hoeing. You can't apply to all game. Yeah, let's think about that. Let's go.
can't use profanity around you,
Yes, sir.
right? What other things do you do to establish respect?
It's like this here. I used to teach abroad that the same respect I give, I take. And I used to
Oh,
teach
say
her
that again. Say it again.
the same respect I give, I
Yeah.
take. So I'm gonna give you your respect. I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna respect what you do. It's deep, dog. It's
Now, I don't know why they did that edit, because it's a whole bunch of edits in here, right? I guess he be saying a whole bunch of square ass shit too. But listen, he said the same respect that I give, I take. You can't take respect. You could say that you require. You could say the same respect that I give. Watch this. I want given to me. You can't take respect. How you gonna take respect, right? Come on now, Johnny. You gotta, and speak a little properly, P. So it doesn't make sense. It's not sensible, okay? The same respect I give, I take. What? How about the same respect I give, Johnny? I expect to be given to me, okay? That's a lot, more pimpish. Let's go.
deep. I'm
Come
trying
on,
to
we
keep
get
it.
deep
I'm
with
trying to
yeah,
keep
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? Yeah, I'm trying to keep it PG, man. But like I said, though, the respect part of it, man, is mandatory. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different ways. Like I say, with the profanity. Okay, I used to have a thing, man. When the women come in, a lot of guys just accept their money, balled up, crumbled up, money out of order.
Yeah.
Hold up, no, baby, we're not gonna do that. This ain't. See, right now, look at this money. The 20s this way, the 10s this way. It's crumbled up, it's wrinkled up.
Yeah.
That's let me know what your mental is. That's what your mentality is. It's
Yeah.
confused. It's out of order. You're gonna scrape my money out. It's gonna be in order. It's gonna be nice and neat, and that's how you're gonna pass me my money.
Right, right. You wouldn't just go up to somebody you was paying and just throw them a ball of money. So why would you allow that? See, and I feel like that's big. What you're saying is you're not overlooking the small things.
It's
Now, like I say, it's all perspective, right? If that's what he wants. Now, look, I ain't never. I mean, how you even just gonna hold? I wish a bitch is what making a big money ball and stuffing it in her bra. You see what I'm saying? But what's the flip side, bitch? Give me the money. How are you straightening the money out and turning it around and all that, bitch? What you counting the money too, bitch? How many hoes out there counting the money? You see what I'm saying? You know, but before they bringing it in, how many hoes out there counting the money, right? I mean, like I said, we don't know what they doing, right? But oh, turn the money around and make it. That's bitch. You're playing with the money too much. Okay, that's fun for me to do it. Let me do that. Let me turn that good old fashioned hodo around. You know what I'm saying? Let me do it. You know that's the fun part, right? That's the fun part, bitch. You know, just give it to me the way you got it, bitch. How what you counting, thinking, getting ideas. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But I mean, hey, that's just me though. Let's go.
And a
exactly
lot of these dudes, they're overlooking the small things, not understanding small things turn into big things. It's microcosm of the fuller macrocosm of everything.
okay. Exactly, Goldie. And another thing, man.
Nigga said some
I
dumb
used to
shit.
promote this here. The women had to respect each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was mandatory. Ain't no fighting up in here. Ain't gonna be no arguing. Ain't gonna be no I don't like you if we ain't talking. Nah, y'all gonna if you love me, y'all gonna man. You like me, y'all gonna love each other.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
how it's gonna happen up in here, man. And I didn't have to worry about that.
That made no look. You see, you see how he flipped it. Look, look. This thing is called a Freudian slip, right? It's a psychologist named Sigmund Freud. Okay, y'all. And what the Freudian slip is, look, like when you was it's like when you say something that you really mean, right? Like subconsciously, right? So, for example, say like, when you was young, your grandmother, your mom might have been, gave you a whooping or something, right? And she was whooping you, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna do that again? Yeah, I mean, no, no, right? You see what I'm saying? That's like a Freudian slip. So he said, oh, if you love me, oh, if you like me, then you gonna love. Come on, Johnny. Come on now. Because that's not realistic. That's not realistic. Because it's like this. Women are women, right? So when they say household, and this is where the specifics come. Oh, okay, he at the height of his time, he might have had 12 women, right? At once. Okay, but what? Were they all living with him? Were they all living with him? Right? For you to require, for sure, there should be just a bottom line of respect amongst, the household for sure, right? But to have a false reality to make. Oh well, if you like me, then you're gonna love these other hoes, right? That's not realistic. I mean, that's just the reality of it, y'all. Right? That's just the reality. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't just love everybody. Let's go.
No confrontations, no fighting, and all that kind of stuff like that because I ran a tight ship and they knew what to do and how to do it.
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance, man. They used to call me Mr. Johnny Cash and don't play with hoes. That was my name, right? Mr. Johnny Cash.
Zero tolerance. Okay,
Man,
so
no.
tell me, right? Because you say it's a no contact sport. If I got to beat her, I don't need her. If a woman did get out of order, and I feel like this is big right now. If a woman did get out of order, she did get out of pocket, she did violate some rule that you have, what would you do?
First, I was give that woman a warning. Hey, look, check this out right here. This ain't how we moving.
Yeah.
You out of bounds right now, so I feel real disrespected. So I'm coming to you and letting you know that that ain't how you move and that's the wrong thing. And I'm gonna break it down in its totality to this woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna let her know 3 strikes you out, baby.
Okay, so they got 3 strikes.
3 strikes. Boy, when that third
He said 3 strikes. He said 3 strikes you out. Man, what constitutes as a strike? 3 strikes you out. Let's go.
time come around,
I might give you 16 strikes, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave the door open. Fuck it. Let's go. I'm just talking, y'all. Let's go.
Hey, I'm a man,
Right.
and I'm gonna break it down to it. Now, we done talked about this. It's the
Yeah.
third. We
Okay.
here now.
Yeah.
We here now. And I used to have certain methods that I used to use. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like everything is relatable, right? And let me just break this down real quick. The average man has what, 7, 8 relationships in his entire life, right?
Yep.
You had 12 women every year, and the next year it might be a different set of 12 women. So who's more qualified, who's had more experience with a multitude of women to be able to speak on these things? So
Why he say now he's twisted to you've had 12 women every year, so it'll be another 12 women. What the fuck? I didn't hear that at all. When did he say that? You see what I'm saying? Everybody want to build something up to make it sound. Come on, young Goldie. I didn't. We didn't hear him say that. He just said at the height of the time he had 12 women. You talking about, oh yeah, 12 women every year, and the next year, you got you a new 12. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying, nigga. Damn.
you told me something one time. You said, a lot of these dudes, they tell a woman how to get to them, but they don't tell her how to leave. And that's why she leave out of order, out of pocket, maybe going to the police, maybe keying your car, scratch. You said you got to teach her how to get to you, but you got to teach her how to leave. And I felt like that was brilliant, right? Because you're right. If a woman no longer wants to be with you, but she doesn't really know how to leave. She doesn't know if it's going to be okay leaving. She doesn't know she might do something out of order because you've never walked her through it. And he said, man, you got to walk her through it. So tell me, how would you tell a woman from the beginning when she's ready to leave, how she could leave?
See, like I told you, it's gonna go back to that respect, that foundation I told you
Yeah.
about. And I teach abroad. I used to teach abroad that you can talk to me about anything, long as you come to me respectful, long as it's brought to me in a gentle, respectful way. And if you ever get to the point, baby, where you don't like what's going on over here, just come sit me down, and I'm gonna help you. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna help you pack, and I'm gonna make sure you got your issue. And just like you came, I'm gonna make sure you on the first class. Whatever you want, whatever.
He said, come sit me down, okay? And I'ma help you. I'ma help you pack. Like, come on, man. Why don't you help the bitch? You see what I'm saying? I'ma help you pack. Like, you ain't that much in a rush to get rid of the bitch. You know what I'm saying? But let me, he gonna explain how he teaches a bitch how to leave him, okay? Or how to leave, okay? Let's go.
method you want to take, I'm gonna make sure you get there safe, baby.
And for those who say they don't understand what an issue is, you pretty much saying, listen, when you ready to go, I'm gonna make sure you get to where you're going. I'm gonna make sure I fund where you're going, and I'm gonna put some money in your
Yeah, you
pocket to
got
get
money
you to
in your
where you're
pocket.
going.
Yeah, man. I don't know nobody else that did it like this here. It could be, but I've gave bras up to the upwards of 20 grand leaving out my
Well,
car.
hold on. Right, and I believe it because I've seen it. But
Mm.
these dudes, they wasn't taught that.
No,
You know what they taught? They taught when a woman ready to go, they almost feel like the woman feels. Right?
yeah,
They
independent.
almost feel spiteful towards the woman when she leave. I ain't giving you your clothes. I ain't giving you your ID. Oh, you whatever I got some naked pictures of you. They feel spiteful like the woman. And what you saying, a gentleman of respect. When she's ready to go, that's up to her, and you will even put some money in her pocket, upwards of 20,000, to get her to where she's going safely.
Hey, that's why it's called ladies' choice, gentlemen's game.
I love that. Ladies' choice, gentleman's game.
Yeah, that woman got a choice in that matter, man. Ain't nobody forcing her. You got to teach them.
Okay, now look. Now, first I was like, oh, this, that, but you know where he slipped? He ended up saying hoes, right? They called me Johnny Cash don't play with hoes, right? Okay, Mr. Johnny Cash don't play with hoes. Well, because Johnny Cash paid the hoes, right? Let me tell you about this game, y'all. Okay, now, you know, you know, I had hoes tell on me, okay, right? Because they didn't want to leave. See, I wanted her to go. You see what I'm saying? However, this the thing, y'all. Heavy's the head that wear the crown. See, when you start teaching, right? Oh, I was giving bitches 20,000 to make sure she was cool, right? Because I guess this is still going in there, how, they didn't tell on them or something like that, right? Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. See, the game that you give a hoe, you know why she leave with nothing? It's because the game that the ATM machine is between her legs. She's the ATM machine, right? If you taught her anything, then she know that she could start from, you know, maybe maybe 1,000. You see what I'm saying? Because now it's what's the point? Because now it's this, right? I'm gonna teach y'all this. Oh, well, I was watching a bitch could be watching this little podcast that they doing, right? Well, Johnny Cass said that he give his bitches money to leave. So if you give me some money or else what, bitch? That's some cold blackmail extortion setup right there, right? Give me some money. See, the thing about this pimping, y'all, right? I ain't giving no bitch shit. It's mine. Whose money? Was it ours, bitch? Because now I'm giving you my money, right? Now I'm giving you my money. Am I holding our money, bitch? The money that, oh, you got to pay me. So is that the money that, oh, she has to turn the money around and make sure it's not in a ball and know how to pay me? Okay, well, if she's paying you, P, right? What you giving her your money for? You're not giving her money. You giving her your money, trick. Trick, you giving her your money. I'm just pimping. No, let's keep going.
That woman that, hey man, that door open both ways, man. Ain't no locks on it. If you ever feeling like, you under pressure, you need to, hey, there you go, baby, and I'm gonna help you do that. And that's why any broad I ever had, I can always have.
Say it again.
Any
See, I say that all the time. When you leave with the respect intact, you always have action back at that woman.
Any broad I've ever had, I could always have. Prove it. You're lying. You're lying. Nigga said any. Come on now, sounds good, right? Now this is me just, but look, figuratively, y'all, right? For sure. You know what I'm saying? If a bitch want to leave, go ahead, bitch. Sayonara. Look, what I say, bitch, the worst thing I could do is leave you alone. But if a bitch want to leave, but I really had that much experience with bitches just wanting to just leave. You know what I'm saying? Look, any bitch that ever blew up on me, right? I just never really see her or seen her again. My biggest issue is when I wanted a bitch to leave, right? So that's why my game, I'ma say is, look, y'all, I ain't firing no bitch no more. I'm blowing up, right? Let her worry about me. You know what I'm saying? All right, bitch, say go to the restaurant. I'm going to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Look out the back door, bitch. Don't see me no more. I'm blowing up on the bitch. See? Now that's pimping. See what I'm saying? But as far as get a bitch money, send her away happy. You see what I'm saying? Why? So on the way, what's your last words when you giving her that 20,000? There's more where this came from, bitch. there's there's more where this came from. Come on, y'all. What you working for, nigga? Just to pay the bitch back, right? She's supposed to utilize that game that you gave her, right? 99% of the people got walking around, all that shit, right? And get her bread. Because that's what she was paying for. So what you gonna pay the bitch back? But you know what he gonna say? Something like, "What's 20,000 if a bitch gave me 2 million, man?" He gonna say, "All right, come on now. It's the principle. I don't care what it is. What I'm gonna look pay you, right? Paying. Who pays somebody for what? To do a job. You see what I'm saying? So what? Now you working for the bitch and now you paying them. I mean, that's vicious. Bitch, because you want to leave, bitch. Now I gotta pay you to make sure what? Let's go.
But if she's ready to leave or whatever, wants to make a mad move, whatever, and you being spiteful and you don't want to give her what she's due, you holding her passport or ID, this, that, and the third, you've lost that respect, and you're never going to have action back at her when she comes to her
No,
senses.
no, because now she's looking at you as a sucker.
Yeah.
And my mentor taught me coming into the game that you never pimp out of vengeance or get back.
Now right there. Now he said it. Damn. Pimp, right? You never pimp out of vengeance or get back. Well, let's talk about the pimping, but I hear you, right? You never pimp out of vengeance that to me that don't even make sense unless it was you might have meet someone who's fresh in the game, right? And you said, well, what made you decide to get pimping, right? And he say something like, oh well, my baby mama broke my heart. You see what I'm saying? My girlfriend's baby mad, so fuck the right. All right, you got pimping because you just heartbroke, right? I could understand in that term, in that sense. You see what I'm saying? But I'll never pimp out of vengeance and get back. No, what it is it's like I say, for sure. 'Cause I want to keep everything in context, right? You know, what young Goldie saying, right? Yeah, it makes it right. I ain't never took a bitch ID. Bitch, you need that. You see what I'm saying? For sure, the clothes. For sure, take your clothes. Look, and when I look, and if a bitch come choosing, I don't even want her clothes, P. Right? She's starting fresh. We don't want the tricks. I don't want the phone. I don't want nothing. Maybe the ID if you got it, right? Just to, save me some time without going to DMV. But I don't want nothing. However, yeah, okay, yeah, give her things for sure. So yeah, I understand that, and yeah, it does kind of like leave the door open, in a sense like, oh, okay, like basically like not the bitterness or the well he took the all that type shit, okay. But then it depends on the bitch you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Look, some bitches might think, oh, he cares. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he still wants me. He don't want me to leave. I don't know, right? But in the grand scheme of things, it's some truth to what Goldie's saying, right? Okay. But it's just like just shoot it straight across, right? That's the thing. All the slick talk, all this, like leave all that out, to shoot it straight across. So when he's talking about, oh, you don't pimp out of vengeance and get back and all that, that don't even, pimp. What to be pimp out of? Let's go.
Or anything like that. That's the worst thing you could do because it's
Because out
going.
of emotion.
It's out of emotion. It's a feeling. And we teach them coming into the game, take their feelings and flush them, man. That ain't got nothing to do with this thing. Man.
Take your
You know
feelings
what I'm
and
saying?
flush them.
Flush them down the toilet, man. That ain't got nothing to do with it, man.
Hey, what's your other one? If you want something soft, what you say?
Man, if she wants some soft shit in her hand, squeeze it, man, because I don't produce that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And I feel like I kind of got that from you, man. When I say I don't respect weakness in no woman of mine, man, because that's a reflection of me. All that cry, baby, crying, whining, needing sympathy type women, man, you can't deal with me because you as strong as your weakest link. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I found? And tell me if you found this right. I found when you have zero tolerance for that, the woman straighten up. She's just
yeah.
really seeing what she can get away with. And most these dudes, they say, oh, she's a woman, right? That's the biggest con on the planet. Women are very strong, but if you allow them to be weak, they will be. But if you say, I'm not going for that, I guarantee you these women will rise to the occasion.
They're going to rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
I just saw it. Hey, Gold, don't you?
Now, yes, women are strong, right? However, this is the line, right? Is this, but they're still emotional by nature. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Women are still emotional by nature. Okay, so yeah, a bitch might act up, a bitch might, but like I say, when you're dealing with hoes, you see what I'm saying? It's a whole different ball game. So that's why you can't blur the line. Like when you're talking about hoes, you see what I'm saying, versus just women. Now, yeah, hoe is a woman, but they're all as a female gender emotional, right? But when you're dealing with hoes, you see what I'm saying? Then yeah, they're gonna be a little more stronger for sure. Okay, definitely. Shit, you got women in the motherfucking army. You know what I'm saying? You got women boxing, like look at Clarissa Shields. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're strong, tough women, but who wants a strong, tough woman? Cry for me, bitch. You better cry, right? But yeah, you can whine a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I get it. That's what the pimp is for. That type of thing, right? I don't want my woman hardened. Okay, but let's see.
No, man, I've had women that had been in my household for 5, 6 years, right? And on that fifth or sixth year, come to me, man, and just sit me down and say, hey, man, you remember when I called you this night and yeah, I remember that night. I had been raped and beat up and woo. But I sucked it up, man, and I got at your issue. I pushed through it. But yeah, that was a real rough night for me, man. I called my wife and she helped me through it, but we never brought that to you.
Yeah, man. That's deep, and you know what that also speaks volume to the respect. People gonna say what they.
Nah. Well, hold on. Let me see what you say. Nah. Now, even that right there. Well, let him finish what he's saying. Let me see.
Want to say about it, but at the end of the day, they understand this man got big things going on. Now, I understand if she'd have came to you, I know you would have talked her through it.
Exactly.
But she had so much respect. She didn't want to bring something to you that wasn't worth your time.
Nah. Wow, that wasn't worth the time. Oh, I almost got raped. I had to talk to my wife. See, now that's what I'm saying. Okay, so no, what the big deal, what the thing is, see, and they got it misconstrued, young Goldie. See, now I'm saying this now. Why did she sit him down and tell him that? They wouldn't let finish saying that. They Goldie trying to say the reason why. No, maybe she was saying, you bitch ass nigga. I wish I coulda. I wish the pimping was here for me. It ain't that. Oh, I had to go to my wifey. Now, when that wifey ready to blow up on you, she gonna take the bitch with her, right? What about that, right? Oh, I almost got raped. I couldn't come to you. Why? Because I thought that you looked at me like I was soft. You see what I'm saying? Now that's the flip side. See, y'all gotta hear this. Y'all gotta like understand, listen, and everything, right? It ain't that's a strong bitch. She almost got raped and all, and she didn't even come back and tell him. She talked to the wifey about it, right? But for her to come 5 years later and sit down, that's something that stuck with her. I couldn't feel like I could come to you because I would have felt like I was a weak bitch. Shout out to G Gov. Shout out to G Gov. What up, Gov? Hey, what Gov say? He said, if anything happened, the way he was laced, right? When somebody, if a female, if that happened to her, she got raped or something like that, right? What'd he say? Bitch, suck it up, but and charge the next chick double, right? You know what I'm saying? In that sense. Come on now. But the thing is, it's like a lightweight contradiction, right? Because if y'all hearing, right, he's explaining. Oh, I want the bitch to be, you know what I'm saying? Not soft and woo. But then 5 years later, she come and tell me, some nice things has happened that she didn't even know about. Why? Because I didn't feel like I could come to you. But why 5 years later she's sitting you down and saying that? Because remember, Johnny, you said what? Oh, if you have a problem, right, then come and sit me down and I'll help you leave, right? So was that a time you guys sat down? Was that a time you guys sat down, P? You know what I'm saying? And that's what she told you? She didn't feel like she could come to you in a time of need because she thought she was going to be weak? Let's go.
And we could just say that on a smaller issue because these women will bring you a $5 petty bullshit problem, right? Even though you out here chasing millions, even though she knows you got a million things
Oh
going
yeah, he
on, a
cleaned it
million
up.
people that you got.
This nigga a fast talker. Look, this nigga, let me wind this. This nigga fast talking ass Goldie. Hold on.
This man got big things going on. Now, I understand if she'd have came to you, I know you would have talked her through it. But she had so much respect. She didn't want to bring something to you that wasn't worth your time. And we could just say that on a smaller issue because these women.
Look, so now you said, well, we could say it on a smaller issue, right? Something that's small, right? Because if it's something like that, Goldie understand, like, yeah, well, she should, right? So he cleaned it up real quick. Or we could say it on something small. Like, come on, bro. Some pimping, man. I see all that weak game.
Will bring you a $5 petty bullshit problem, right? Even though you out here chasing millions, even though she knows you got a million things going on, a million people that you got to deal with, a million moving parts and customers and employees, she will stop your whole day with some $5 petty bullshit. Why? Because she don't respect you.
Because I was just gonna say, if you allow it,
yeah,
leave that door open, women.
It don't mean she don't respect you. Bitch, come to me with a firework because what you think is $5 petty. Hey, how much condoms cost? You see what I'm saying? $5 petty issue. Wasn't they the ones that saying, oh, starts list the little things, That $5 petty issue, petty to who? Like, oh, you out here chasing millions, and remember this, y'all. Whatever y'all chasing means it's running from you. Let's go.
And there's some strange creatures, like I told you, man. There's some strange creatures.
Yeah,
man.
if you allow it, that's why you can't let nothing slide. I tell dudes all the time, you never let it slide. I don't care if you tired. I don't care if you,
You
at a.
better
I
address
don't
it.
care if you
You
at a
better
funeral.
address it.
I don't care if you in front of her mom. You better check everything, because if you don't, once that bar moves, you ain't never gonna move it back.
No. And my mentor told me coming to the game, it's called real estate. Once you, like Monopoly, once
Yeah.
you lose that real estate, you don't get it back. She not gonna give it back. She gonna fight you tooth and nail to keep it.
Yeah.
Yes,
and,
sir.
and you know she's always gonna try you in your most vulnerable state to see if she can get away with it,
Man.
because she wants to see, is this man still who he say he
Is
is?
he doing it today like he was yesterday?
And you can't. Now I ain't allowing.
Wait, are you doing it today like you was yesterday, Johnny? He a fake ass nigga. See, look, y'all. This the thing. You know, you know, a lot of times. Hold on. I forgot what I was gonna say. Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on.
A woman to make a game about.
Hold on. These niggas so crazy. Hold on.
I don't care if you at a
better
funeral.
address it.
I don't care if you in front of her mom. You better check everything, because if you don't, once that bar moves, you ain't.
Oh, that's what they saying. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now look. Now this is some game though. Okay, and that is true. For sure, you better check everything. You see what I'm saying? Now that they saying something, okay. Like I said, I'm gonna give the credit where it's at. You see what I'm saying? I'm not here to be right. Just the perspectives, okay, right? But for sure, that's true. Now that could happen. Now with that, that's general game for all walks of life, right? Squares and everything, or anybody who it's not just a woman though. See, that's the thing. But anybody that you know, um, if they've gone past a certain stage, right, past a certain mark, of the feeling that they can get over or whatever, right? Yes, it's gonna be hard to, So yeah, for sure that make them respect it or get that back. So for sure, I agree with that definitely.
Ain't never gonna move it back.
No. And my mentor told me coming to the game, it's called real estate. Once you, like Monopoly, once
Yeah.
you lose that real estate, you don't get it back. She not gonna give it back. She gonna fight you tooth and nail to keep it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And she's always gonna try you in your most vulnerable state to see if she can get away with it,
Man.
because she wants to see, is this man still who he say he
Is
is?
he doing it today like he was yesterday?
And you can't. Now I ain't allowing a woman to make a game about this type of stuff, but you just got to understand, this how I feel. Like, she want to see, are you still the man that you said you was?
Exactly.
And if you are, it's gonna be nothing.
Yeah,
Right?
I love
The reason they get out of hand is because you letting certain things slide. If you check it from the gate, hey, I don't like that, stop doing that, then that's what it is. But if you let it slide, then you want to check it, you're gonna have to overly check it because she don't respect it. Well, he let me do it 3-4 times, I don't respect it. Now the only way to make it good now is you're gonna have to do too much.
Yeah, you're gonna have to overdo your job, and that ain't the obstacle, man.
Yeah.
That ain't the point of it, man. This shit is a thinking man's game, man.
Yeah.
We want to keep our thinking
A
cap
thinking
on.
man's game.
Thinking man's game for sure it is. You need to think of a way not that to get a bitch 20,000 when she ready to leave.
We want to keep our thinking cap on at all time, man. We can't let the broad take us off our game. We can't let her control the board at no time. And I was gonna tell these youngsters, man, they got to take their power back, man, because the broad got this. Seem like nowadays the broad got the power, man. They controlling the narrative.
Why do you?
They do got the power. And as far as controlling the narrative, I mean, the prostitute came before the pimp, but the pimp came before the hoe. You know, you can't take back power. You see what I'm saying? That's the most important piece. But see, the thing is, it's hold on.
You think the woman got the power these days?
Because they choosing and they coming from different situations. Hey, let me give you an example, man. A dude can know a broad just told on somebody in Texas,
Yeah.
and he'll accept that broad.
Yeah.
What part of the game is that, man?
Yeah, and I could say, because we make everything relatable. You saw that woman told you that she just keyed her last dude car. She came to you and started.
Oh, let me rewind it because I really don't want to. Hold on. Let me see something.
Time. And I was gonna tell these youngsters, man, they got to take their power back, man, because the broad got this. Seem like nowadays the broad got the power, man. They controlling the narrative.
Why do you think the woman got the power these days?
Because they choosing and they coming from, you know, different situations. Hey, let me give you an example, man. A dude can know a broad just told on somebody in Texas,
Yeah.
and he'll accept that broad.
Okay, so now this is, I'm gonna put some more in context, right? So now this the thing, okay? Why he said why you think that they got the power? He said cause they choosing. Ain't that what she's supposed to do? Definitely she has the power, right? This the thing, y'all. Okay, you know what it is it's the money. And that's what it is. It's the money, right? And how are you gonna get the money if it ain't through the bitch? Okay. So now with Johnny saying, "Oh well, the bitch could have snitched on somebody in Texas, and then another person will come and another nigga will come and accept her, right? What part of the game is that, right? And I for sure I understand that definitely. I definitely understand that for sure. However, right, it's just really about the money, right? The nigga might not give, he don't give a fuck about the bitch, right? Okay, you might have told on the right, but the money, okay? And that's what I say, for the love of money is the root of all evil, okay? However, when you pimping, okay, and in this game, where's the money come through? The bitch. Okay, so sometimes, and this is no excuse. However, sometimes people be, down and out, or a nigga might not have no bitch, but they might have heard something, or snitched on somebody. All right, bitch, let's get this money. Like I say, I wouldn't do it. Okay, however, that's just in more of a better context. Okay, it's not really that deep. You know what I mean? Um, her having the power, well, it's her choice, right? That's she's paying you. See, that's why I remember when I be saying, do you work for her or does she work for you? Remember, working is working. Work doesn't necessarily require a payment, but a job does. So when she's paying, right, what is she paying for? What company, what employer doesn't pay their employees, right? So of course that's a power position. You see what I'm saying? That's just to give some more context.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
part of the game is that, man?
Yeah, and I could say, because we make everything relatable. You saw that woman told you that she just keyed her last dude car. She came to you and started telling you all her last dude business, and you still decided that you was gonna deal with that woman.
Yeah,
You deserve everything coming from it.
everything
No, that was just strike one. She got two more.
that's coming from you, man. Everything. And I done seen so many young dudes fall like that, man.
Yeah,
It's like, man, come on, man. Who raised you? Who gave you the game, man? You
yeah,
should have knew better than that. But they actually don't. They just be moving. They be blinded by the money.
yeah,
They be blinded by lust.
yep,
Now, but see, he just said what I just said is about the money. I said, but see, okay, well, he ended up saying what I just said, right? But this the thing, um, you know, okay, well, what about the bitch who didn't ever tell you that? See, and that's the thing, did she tell you that because you asked her the questions? Oh yeah, so what happened with you in your last fall? Oh yeah, we got into it and this, and he did this to me, and whoopty whoop. He stole me, and stuff. He hit me, and what? So after that, I keyed his car. You know what I'm saying? But if she's telling you this information, right? Okay, well, hey, it's for you to still deal with a bitch like that, right? Or what? All right, you little bitch. Shit, she kept it solid. She told me. So now I'm aware. You see what I'm saying? Now I can pimp accordingly, right? However, what if the bitch didn't say nothing? Then what? Then it's really bad, right? So it's like, what, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'd rather have the bitch that did let me know, these things about her, or situations, where she's, could have conducted herself differently, right? Because that's a teaching moment. And what does that allow me to do? You know, observe and make sure I can pimp accordingly. You see what I'm saying? Versus a bitch not saying nothing, and then if it go bad, oh shit, I didn't know. You see what I'm saying? So let's just keep it all in context. See, and that's the thing, with the P perspective, right? Is because you have to look at things from different perspectives. You have to. Everybody wants to say chess and all, right? That's perspective. It's all perspectives. Okay? All right? So it ain't just one way. Because like I say, what would you prefer, y'all? The bitch that didn't tell you, or the bitch that did? But she did, just in the name of just being truthful, honest, and solid, just in her life. You see what I'm saying? She might not have met you yet, P. You fly ass nigga, right? You just the first time she ever seen somebody like you, so she had to let you know all the bullshit that she done been through, right? Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? How fine the broad is, or how good she look, or the stories they done heard about her freak sessions. That's what they caught up on. When the only thing that they should be caught up on and focusing on is the business aspect of it. This is a big business, man, and they got to be treated as such.
Do you think these dudes these
Now,
days?
now it's a big business. Okay, well then let's not go with the contradictions. Because if it's a big business, then why does she gotta love her the other women that like you? If it's business, why are they required to love? Come on, let's talk, man. Come on now. You know, if it's business, well, marriage is a business too, then, right? What's not? I mean, if this is business, come on now.
Are losing because
And shout out to Johnny Cash being married. That's another story, though. Let's go. For sure, we listening to the husband talk. Let's go.
they the ones doing the choosing. They not getting chose like they
That's
used to.
you called it. They
Yeah.
doing the choose, and they
Yeah.
running up behind. Hey man, these dudes allowing bras to drink at work, do drugs.
Yeah.
You know, they could be in a lesbian relationship with another broad. These dudes can be aware of all this kind of stuff that me and you are not gonna even
Man, hey,
consider.
listen, that was big for me. And, it's a lot of women that I didn't have and don't have because I ran a tight ship, right? We not drinking, we not smoking. Hey, and if you is gonna smoke, I'm not buying it. Somebody better give it to you,
Hey, man.
right? And we not.
Not even that right there. We not drinking, we not smoking, and if you is gonna smoke, I'm not buying it. You better have somebody give it to you. And the bitch then got unalive because her shit was laced with fentanyl from a trick. Stupid. And if you is gonna smoke, bitch, then just let me know, bitch, and you gonna smoke, when you with me or something. But don't, lay the law down. We ain't doing no drugs, ain't drinking, ain't smoking. But if you gonna smoke, I ain't gonna buy it. So that's the exception, nigga. That's the exception. So now she's gonna tuck, or she's gonna what? Do something with the trick. Stupid. Because now you just gave her permission, you big dummy. Now you just gave her permission. So don't, that's the thing about you, Goldie. It's like when you get to talking so much, you know what I'm saying? Slow down. Just slow down just a little bit. Okay? Slow down just a little bit, pig. Okay? And I know that doesn't mean pimping, okay? But just slow down a little bit. Cause it's not this is just that was done what you just said. She not gonna do this, she not gonna do that. And if she do it, then hey, don't do it around me. And I'm not gonna buy it. And somebody has to give it to you. So then now you gave her permission to what? Smoke with the trick, have a trick give her something, right? You gave her permission. So which one is it? Let's go.
Not doing no drugs.
Nah, hey man, I used to tell a bride, hey man, just say no to drugs and yes to this peep, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you back. We not doing none of that.
And I can remember a gentleman told me one time, when I was talking about, I said, a lot of dudes, what's the reason behind, these dudes going to the penitentiary? He said, I'm gonna tell you, for real. He said, behind narcotics. She on drugs, he on drugs. He has no control
No
over her.
control. It
Yeah.
ain't no telling where that.
That ain't just the reason. Sometimes it's because you don't want to deal with the bitch no more. Sometimes, right? Is you know, a bitch might be being disrespectful or causing issues and all right, bitch, I ain't, fucking with you, bitch, some pimping, which is also square. Bye. Right? So now what a bitch wanna do out of revenge because you don't want to give her $20,000 after she didn't, keyed your car. Right? Oh, I'm gonna call the police. Sometimes it is just that, okay? It ain't all be always because of drugs or not. It ain't just that all the time. Sometimes, a bitch will be scared. See, you could be in a situation where, like I say, you didn't lace the bitch up, whoop, whoop, whoop. But did you ever lace the bitch up and let her know? But if you ever see me get stuffed in the back of the car, and the police threaten you with, aiding and abetting or this and that or another, then just know, bitch, you'll be all right. This, you know what I'm saying? Don't say, I mean, it's just different situations. But to just be like mainly it's on, can't nobody even answer that. Why do people go to the penitentiary? Because it's drugs. No, it ain't. It ain't always about that. Let's go.
That cocktail may blow up at. Wasn't telling where it may end up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like a live grenade. You just
Yeah.
throwing it in the air and waiting on it to come down.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And the worst kind of broad, let me tell y'all this here, man. The worst kind of broad to deal with is a broad that's an alcoholic, man.
Oh my goodness.
Man, that drinker.
Oh man.
Oh man, I don't care how much money you get.
Cause
Well, I ain't gonna take it that far, dog. But for sure, I hear what they saying. And if you watching, bitch, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, for sure, I hear what they saying about this, though. Let's go.
see, an alcoholic woman, she will be a different person that night. And in the morning, not even remember who she was. So therefore, you can't even reprimand her because it's not even the same person.
Hey man, I just told a young cat I was speaking to 2 nights ago, man, about this, man. That broad won't even remember what she said to you. She won't remember her actions or none of that. And she's the most dangerous
Yeah.
kind of person.
Yeah. I've seen it firsthand.
Now, I'm not gonna necessarily say the bitch won't remember what she said or won't remember her actions, because that could just be game in itself, and she blaming it on the alcohol, right? Oh, I was drunk. I didn't even know what. Yeah, bitch, you knew exactly what you was doing, bitch, right? However, you know, um, I do definitely agree with what they're saying about this for sure.
Turn it to the devil himself.
Man,
And
blackouts.
it will ruin your life. The wrong situation come about, the wrong police officer, you just never know. And that's your responsibility.
Exactly. So these guys got to say no. It's nothing
Man.
wrong. You the prize. So it's nothing wrong with saying, look, babe, I'm good. I'm okay.
Man.
We ain't compatible in that area. But it's somebody out here for you though. It's somebody you're gonna find that guy. I'm just not him.
Man, that's big.
Now, yeah, when you at a certain stage of your game, right, you able to do that, okay, for sure, I understand, right? But shout out to the up and comings, right? Shout out to the ones that, you know what I'm saying, you know, uh, don't have too much money in their pocket, right? Or even if they do, right? The pimping is supposed to be everything. Look, shout out to the pimping that got the bitch off drugs. Shout out to the pimping that was the bitch's AA class and got her to stop drinking, and now the bitch, you know what I'm saying, 3-4 years sober, right? Shout out to the pimping who did that. Now, like I say, hey, yeah, it ain't for everybody, P. You see what I'm saying? But what about that side of it, right? If anybody could do what the pimping can, if anybody could help the pimping can, but if it's just all about money in the business, then I can understand you might not have time to help her mind and her, sicknesses, right? Her diseases, P. Shout out to the pimping that did help rehabilitate the bitch. And that's what she's the most grateful for, because his P did stand for patience. His P did stand for psychiatrist, right? Psychologist, right? Let's go.
And I feel like a lot of dudes, they requirements are so low. Any woman that says yes, unless it's something so out extraordinary that's just obvious, he's gonna accept it. He has no requirements. He has no standards. He doesn't. He's nothing he's looking for. Anything breathing, he's accepting,
Exactly.
and that is the problem.
And like I said, that's another cocktail that's disaster waiting to happen, man. It's disaster, man. Because you got to have the ability to say, I'm okay, baby.
Yeah.
Ladies' choice, gentlemen's game. We got a choice in this matter too.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't my bride.
Yeah. Oh man, come on.
And I get it. So why don't you say ladies' choice, gentlemen's choice? Change it to that, right? Ladies' choice, gentlemen's game. Like, come on, man. Stop with the slick talk, P. Johnny, 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 Johnny. It's a host choice. And pimp, it's the same thing. Oh, hey, P, have you ever been chose? Yeah, I see you doing a lot of knocking, but has a bitch ever really chose you though? Right? See, being the pimping, I don't feel like it ain't nothing I can't do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's the thing. Well, ladies' choice, gentlemen's game. We got a choice too. What's your choice, P? So if I want to deal with the broad or not. Talk about the ones that do choose to still deal with the bitch. That's the point. They're choosing to. But like I said, everybody's different. We listen to the married man. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody ain't my bride. We not compatible in that
Yeah,
area. I see your flaws. You got to be able to see a broad flaws. I
yeah.
remember you first sitting down and you talking to a broad man and she's over talking you. She's using profanity. She might have got in my car and slammed my door. Boom.
She said she laughed and said, "Oh, shut up."
Yeah. Oh, see, now
You
she's
know?
telling me everything, which the P can straighten all of this out. But you got to ask yourself, do I
Okay.
want to come down? Do I want to lower my vibration and even deal with this?
Yeah, you trying.
Now, see, then that's what I'm saying. See, Johnny got a tiny, tiny little bit of sense sometimes, right? But that's right. If he could straighten everything out, that's what I was just saying. So then talk about that. However, yeah, I do understand. Yeah, well, you got to make a decision. Do you want to deal with it or not? For sure. But you have to understand where did the bitch just come from before she got to you, P? Sometimes, niggas ain't really dealing with the bitch because they didn't have no pimping for the bitch. They really didn't want to pimp. That's why he said, a P could handle all that, then handle it. Nigga, ain't about you gotta make a choice if you want to. Nigga, do your job, nigga. Because a lot of the times, y'all, them type of bitches be the bitches making the most money. I swear they do. But then that's what you getting paid for, right? Come on, y'all. Let's go.
To fix some, man. And I say it all the time, man. Don't find ducks and teach them to fly. Find eagles and teach them to fly in formation. And when I started using that methodology, now don't get me wrong, finding the ducks and teaching them to fly,
That's the dumbest shit I heard. Look, excuse me if I'm wrong, okay, guys. I know there's a school of fish. I know I used to go to Dana Point. Hold on, y'all.
sharpened my game.
Dig
But
that.
guess what? Once my game was sharpened, I didn't need to do that anymore.
Exactly. You
Because
grow.
at the end of the day, that duck is gonna be a duck. And I've lived long enough to see people, majority.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Excuse me, y'all. So look. Let me let me hold on. Wait. Let me look. Hold on. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. Hold on. Watch this. Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on. Watch this. Watch this.
Like his pictures.
She said she laughed and said, "Oh, shut up."
Yeah. Oh, see, now she's telling
All
me
right.
everything,
Watch.
which the P can straighten all of this out. But you
Okay.
got to ask yourself, do I want to come down? Do I want to lower my vibration and even deal with this?
Yeah, you trying to fix something, man. And I say it all the time, man. Don't find ducks and teach them to fly. Find eagles and teach them to fly in formation. And when I
Now that right there. I ain't never, like I say, I could be wrong. Okay, like I said, I seen the school of fish. I was saying earlier, I've been to Dana Point. You know what I'm saying? And that the birds fly south for the winter type shit, right? However, I ain't never seen no eagles fly in formation. But he said you could teach them. But like I said, I don't know. I've never just seen eagles, and I mean, is that even ducks fly? I'm gonna stop y'all. Let's go.
started using that methodology, now don't get me wrong, finding the ducks and teaching them to fly, it sharpened my game.
Dig
But
that.
guess what? Once my game was sharpened, I didn't need to do that anymore.
Exactly. You
Because
grow.
at the end of the day, that duck is gonna be a duck. And I've lived long enough to see people majority of the time don't change. And if they do change, they're only waiting for you to move away to be exactly who they
Who they
really
were
wanted to be.
from
So
the
you
jump.
might as well find the characteristics already on a level where you at.
Exactly, man. And like
See, look, and on some real shit, he just said some real shit though, right? But it's just all the little. You don't need the extra dumbass examples because I just, don't make it, just say what it is. But look, but I do understand what he's saying in that sense, right? that already comes with certain characteristics, okay? But it's always something with somebody, y'all. And that's the game I would like to give to y'all, right? It's always something with somebody. And like I say, when you're dealing with, but in general, with the characteristics, okay? But depending on who you dealing with, right? Because, well, what about the turnout? But are we not talking about pimping and hoeing? Come on, y'all.
And a lot of guys don't see this part of it. My biggest success and my most loyal women were the women that I found, the women that I turned out.
Yeah.
One was working at a
Come on now.
hospital, cleaning toilets. One was working at a fast food joint. You know what I'm saying? But one was in Iowa working in a cornfield. Some motherfucker worry about. I can't make this up. But those was the most dedicated and the most loyal ones because I'm all they knew.
Yeah.
Now, right there. So, but that goes two ways. You all they knew till she get with some pimping. Right? Look, sometimes a bitch is right. And look, this how you could tell, right? If you turn the bitch out to the game, it's this, or or to your pimping. I'd be like, if you turn the bitch out to the game or to, your pimping, right? If any bitch that you quote unquote turned out, if she not with you no more, and after she left you, she went square, right? Then she got turned out to you, not to the game. Because after she left you, if you would have laced her properly, hey, bitch, you better get with some more pimping. It's the game, baby, right? She knows she ain't a square. She wouldn't be a renegade after she left you. She wouldn't be on no square shit after she left you. Wouldn't have a family in the home if you turned her out to the game.
I improved everything that I had into them. And I was all they wanted to know. I used to ask a bro, how many pimps you know? One, the only one I supposed to know, Mr. J.
Hey, listen, and we could extrapolate that to the square world, right? Man, how many dudes you know?
How many
Only
men?
one.
Exactly.
How many?
No, you can't extrapolate that to the square world, you big dum-dum. How many dudes you know? Well, come on now. So let's keep everything in context. Because now what you're saying by no, what's a no? How many dudes do you know in the square world? What the fuck does that even mean?
Men do you know? The one you know that, and these dudes out here be letting a woman on Instagram follow these other dudes, like these other dudes' story. What you watching another man for?
Hey, man.
Right? And they will call it. They will try to trick you out of doing that. Oh, you're insecure. No. But if my woman is really for me and ain't got eyes for nobody else, which she shouldn't have, why is she even putting something in her face to even tempt her?
Hey, man, it's like I said, it go back to the mental, Goldie. If that broad would entertain a guy, watch his story, like his pictures, she'll go have sex with that man. She'll get that man some money.
It's only
she'll
a matter of time.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time till she find one that she really likes.
And
or
if she's
somebody.
gonna argue you down about wanting to do it, what does that say? I say it all the time. It's like somebody. They thought I was joking. I was like, man, my woman can't wear a t-shirt of Tupac.
For what?
He don't pay no bills around here.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you campaign for a man that not only you don't know, he don't know you. Matter of fact, you goofy.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, you goofy, something wrong with you. That's a mental illness that you out here campaigning for a man who doesn't even know you exist over the man that you with every day, over the man that imputes game and wisdom and success into your life.
Exactly.
It's disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful, but these
Nigga, she could have been listening to Tupac, nigga, when she was on the way to choose up with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't wear a Tupac. Don't wear a shirt of Tupac. Okay, what if it was Michael Jackson? Would that be different? Could you wear a Michael Jackson shirt, B?
this new generation,
They let anything go.
Anything go. The respect ain't there no more.
Yeah.
It ain't there no more. It ain't there.
Hey, could she wear a shirt with Benjamin Franklin on it?
Me in their world, they make all the sense, but the standards that we come from,
Yeah.
we ain't going.
Yeah. And if they were to just, but I feel like it come from the family.
Is she allowed to listen to Tupac? It'll be different if he said like, sugar free. You know what I'm saying? Too short, right? It's Pippin. So either they said Tupac, like, cause she listened to uh, 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 Dear Mama, right?
Foundation. One, you got to respect yourself. You got to have respect in the doctrine for how you live for the woman to respect you. A lot of these dudes don't get respect from their woman because the woman see them every day. She sees all of your flaws. She sees you not 100. I feel like a lot of these dudes need to get 100 with themselves
Hey
first.
man, a lot of these dudes don't even bathe, man. The broad see you, man, not even bathing, taking care of yourself, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And she may not say nothing about it, you know what I'm saying? But that's why she
100%.
following these other guys on Instagram. That's
Yeah,
why she loose in certain situations, man. That's why she moving slow. That's
yeah,
why your money
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All these plethora of things gonna come behind that.
And that's why,
What? Stop saying words if you can't. It's country niggas.
my number one message is work on yourself. Elevate yourself, elevate your game, elevate your habits, your discipline, your doctrine for yourself. When you elevate yourself, you can catch something elevated. You picking the bottom of the barrel because you the bottom of the barrel.
Hey, Gold, I remember the time, man, where I used to catch a broad looking at me, man, just in mesmerized, with that mesmerized look. And
Yeah,
I done had them ask me, like, man, who are you?
yeah,
Yeah, Mr. Johnny Cash, baby. I done walked in and just caught a broad crying, like, baby, what's wrong?
yeah,
Just overwhelmed, man, with joy
yeah,
that she got this magnificent man in her life,
yeah.
man, really appreciating it. You
Man,
did?
because your
Also, she could cry in that sense, though, right? Now she could be soft. You know what I'm saying?
reputation preceded you, and a woman doesn't want a man. See, what they don't understand is everybody hear about you. You sweating every broad. You trying to get every broad. A woman don't want a man who's that thirsty. A
No,
woman don't want a man who's accepting anything. A woman don't want a man out there chasing everything. She want the man that's choosy. He get chose, but he still choose you on what he accept. That's the woman that every man want. I
exactly,
mean, every
man.
woman want.
And I used to tell these youngsters, man, and I'm telling them now,
That was another Freudian slip, y'all.
every woman wants what they can't have. If you make yourself available to the public, you got community this and community that. Hey man, you just gonna be somebody they gonna play with, and they gonna come find Johnny Cash and Young Goldie, man. You know what I'm saying? The real deal, man. That's what they gonna
Yeah,
do, man.
yeah. These, like I said, man, these do anything with a pulse. These dudes is accepted, man, and I feel like they need to start having some standards and requirements. Man, it don't matter if you ain't got no toes, you ain't got no woman next to you. You should still have a standard for what you accept, because that shows the respect level you have for yourself.
And when you do it like that, Goldie, guess what, man? The game gonna reward
Yeah,
you.
Now, when he said no toes, right? That's game terminology. Stop talking about that, Goldie. That's the case, right? Don't say no toe. You ain't the pimpin'. Come on now. However, as far as standards, with in that context, I agree.
for sure.
That's what these guys, let me let y'all know, the game is going to reward you when you stand on principles, when you go off belief. The game going to send you something, man. You're going to say, man, it's just fell out. Now, it didn't fall out the sky, man. You've been a faithful student, man. And the game saw that you being faithful. It saw that you didn't cut that deal or try to cut that corner.
Yeah,
Now it's blessing you with something.
man. Let's talk about that real quick, man. And that's something that I feel like is sad.
And I agree. And now that's in any game in general. The game gonna bless you when you stand on your principles within whatever game that you in.
Saved my life is standing on principle, man. Willing to turn down big money. Willing to really turn down $1 million if it ain't coming the way I want, in the manner I want, with the respect that I want, and really standing on it. See, I look back now like, man, you was crazy, but that is what saved me. And I know a lot of dudes who went to the penitentiary for things that I saw coming because they let the money override their principle, which they really didn't have. But I wouldn't let, it was times when we would talk, we ain't gonna talk about it, but I told you, hey, something's going on and they kind of wanna, make a deal. I ain't going. And you was like, ooh,
I like
okay,
that.
yeah, yeah.
That's
And I
it.
was like, but to me, it was just so matter of fact, that's how I was taught.
Yeah.
It got to be my way or no way. But guess what? That same individual ended up coming back around the right way. Why? But if I would have allowed her to come in making deals,
And do it her way.
guess what? It would have fell apart eventually because she knows he makes deals. It just got to be the right deal.
And guess what? If he'll do it with me,
Yep.
he'll do it with her.
Yep.
He'll
And
do it with her.
I tell this story all the time.
If she give, if he give me, if he give me if he give her 20,000 to leave, when she's ready to leave and he sends her with 20,000, he'll do it for me and do it for her.
Man, it's this young lady, man, Asian woman, and we got together. We was like, man, we want to get together. We want to make some moves. We want to take this show on the road. Let's get rich together. Let's hustle together. She's like, I'm down. We sitting in the car back in the day. We smoking in the car. We just talking about, okay, we gonna make these moves, book these flights. The police was across the street.
Now right there. So we sitting in the car, we smoking in the car. Now what? So how long have you not just been smoking or doing drugs, right? Or as let's talk about that. Oh, you used to smoke back then, but then when did you make the transition to stop, young Goldie? See y'all? Didn't he just say, "Oh, I don't smoke, or I don't let him smoke, or I don't drink, we don't do nothing, and if she do want to smoke, I ain't buying it. She gotta get it from somebody else." This nigga just said he's with an Asian broad talking about hustling. They was smoking in the car. Come on, man. It's fake ass niggas.
Something happened, right? And police was looking like under cars, but it was way, way down the street. And she get to physically shaking how scared she was. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, they gonna come over here. I said, one, we just smoking weed.
Yeah.
Two, they're obviously busy trying to catch a criminal or something. They're not gonna come over here. But I could see how physically, she was so scared, she was physically shaking. I knew that moment, bad little Asian too. I knew in that moment, I'm not taking this woman anywhere.
Better not take her across the street.
Most dudes wouldn't have did that. They would have overlooked that and went to the penitentiary later.
Yeah, because most definitely, because what?
Okay, well that's a time to learn. Like I say, bitch was high. Oh shit, you know what I'm saying, right? See, the thing is, that's a time to implement the game. See, look, okay, so look, there's a hoe, right? There was a bitch that I had dealt with in a little turnout, right? And the thing that I liked about the bitch is because she was square as fuck. Now, what I'm about to say is going to be a contradiction, but I'm just letting y'all know, right? Because I'm keeping it real, though. But this thing, because she was square as fuck, ain't been in no trouble, you know what I'm saying? Like this little Miss Glue, like house on the prairie, little type bitch, right? But the thing I liked about that, I said, oh, the Trish gonna love this bitch, right? But then also, what? Turning this square, right? Into some hoeing, right? That's the thing. So now, a bitch can, get caught up in the street or, stop by the police in the street for hoeing, right? Don't tell, keep it solid, okay? But if it comes to a bigger situation and she ain't never been in trouble before, ever, and she getting scared and woo, she might tell, okay? However, but that's because, if you didn't properly lace her correctly afterwards. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a real fine line. Shit, if a bitch is paranoid, high, and smoking, oh shit, the police. Nigga, I about to do that shit when we just smoking weed. You talking about back in the nigga, we wasn't just always legal. Oh shit, you know what I'm saying? The police smoking. Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? It don't mean that the bitch was gonna tell or snitch or do something like that. The police coming, nigga, right? But at that moment right there, that's how you knew that you should. Come on, P.
What happens when they get in their room?
When they get in a situation where they scared,
yeah. Car and they see that she's shaking and say, "We got one."
Yep.
Yeah, tell her we're gonna give her 20 years for woo.
Yeah.
Just the only thing she got to do is just tell us, and she's gonna tell.
Many situations that I've been in where I denied it, and 2 days, 3 days later.
Listen, and that's if you don't lace her. That's if you don't lace her. See, and that's the point. You gotta lace her. Look, I just set a bitch down before, right? And her first date, chick tried to get rough with the bitch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She calling me, oh, I'm gonna scoop the bitch up. Bitch, put her back down, right? Don't let her wait the night and all this. She didn't know, right? But you had to lace her. Bitch is good. Let's go.
A situation.
Asian bitch, look. Bitch might have not been all the way. What was she foreign? Did she have a great right? She might didn't want to get deported. You know what I'm saying? Is that why you said Asian? What's the point of saying her race? Sounds some pimpy. I see through all. That's why I just peep perspective. Let's go.
Situation transpired where it's like, yep, see, that was the right thing. And I know dudes sitting in the penitentiary right now for things they came and asked me, and I said don't do it, and they went behind my back, did it anyway for the dollar.
Hey man, I got a track on my track record right now, man. There's so many broads out here that's got a real bad taste in their mouth about me, but just off their personal reasons because
Yeah.
I didn't accept them.
Yeah.
Or I was able to say, nah, baby, I'm good, you know.
Yeah.
But I saw certain things about them like you real messy.
Yeah.
Or you got these ways that like, and just like you just said, later on I hear about that broad that broke bad, stole somebody's stuff, or did some police activity, or
Yeah.
threatening mine with this and this. If you don't do this, I'm gonna do this, and we ain't got time for it, man. We ain't got time
for
for
sure.
it,
Yeah,
man.
but that's
Nah.
why having principles. And then listen, when you have respect and principles for yourself, eventually it's gonna be seen, and you will get more respect from your women when they've seen you in action. They've seen you stand on it. They've seen something transpire. You was who you said you was, even in the face of a bad broad. You let a bad broad out the household go because it wasn't coming proper because she did something. That's how you get more respect. And then when you let things slide because she bad or this because of whatever the situation is, you lose that same respect.
You do, Golden. I used to have.
See, and this is another thing, right? And this is if your assholes is living together. See, this is two different, things here. If all the bitches is in one, household, that's one way to move. If you're dealing with grown women and they have their own, you know what I'm saying, they own places, right? Then they're not really there to see, what's going on and how, this bitch is being and that bitch is being and this bitch is being and that bitch is being. Just keep that in mind. It don't mean that your pimping gonna change. But don't be judging me. Some bitches, right? It's like they will do things for like attention. See, sometimes you have to have enough game to know to separate the hoes, to be honest. Niggas wasn't so many bitches all in one household. Was you just a jack tripper? You know what I'm saying? Was you I mean, what's the, can the bitches be, right? Can they have their own be? You know what I'm saying?
I had some broads come through my household was fine as frog hair and thought that was gonna get them some leverage.
Yeah.
Baby, I don't care nothing about that.
Yeah. Respect first.
Respect first, man. We gonna fall in order, man. Ain't no big eyes and little old U's over here. You take your fine ass at the end of the line right there. You starting from scratch, baby. Don't no favoritism, but oh, she a little cute, so I'm gonna get her a little. No, it don't work like that, baby. Everything over here is gonna be earned.
Whoo, say it again.
It's gonna be earned. It ain't no taking no shortcuts or no handouts or, baby, you've been down 30 days, so you deserve a condo. Oh no. No, we're not structuring it like that. No, you're gonna work for it. Cause guess what? When that broad put that initiative in, the hard work.
Okay, but now where's she staying before that condo? 30 days you deserve a condo. And I'm not for sure I agree with that. But the thing is she in the hotel before that or she at your house, P? Yeah, that part.
The blood, sweat.
You let her stay with you first, right? Come here with me, but earn your way into the condo. She come with a fee? I mean, how far this go?
The tears. Once she do get to that point, the way she's gifted a car or a new Chanel bag, she's gonna have a big appreciation for that because she know that I worked for this.
Yeah.
This was a blessing from my man.
So then what is it? A gift. So are you earning your gifts? Or did you work for it? I mean, what is it? See, if it's a gift, it's a gift. I mean, should you have to earn a gift? Now, if you're getting what you work for, come on, y'all.
He made this happen. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus, oh, okay, he has handed this to me.
Yeah, there's no reward and punishment
No.
system. You just giving her whatever for no reason. Then why is she gonna act correct? If there's no reason to act correct, because I get whatever I want, whenever I want.
Anyway.
It's like a spoiled child, and a lot of these women act like that. But that's big, and that shit to me is crazy. A woman will literally meet me today and have the nerve to tell me I come second to no woman. Bitch, you just got here.
Exactly.
How dare you? How dare not only that,
Yeah.
what type of man would I be if I let you skip the line of a woman who been here, been putting her time, been putting her work in, why would you even trust me as a man? Because I do the same to you. Come on,
Hey
kick
man,
rock.
Now right there, square ass gameless nigga. The bitch that been down with you for 5, 10 years could blow up. And the bitch that you meet the next day stay down for 20. This why I say I don't have no bottom bitch, right? Because now the new bitch, right, who willing to be your superstar, she already feels like, damn, there's nothing I could do. So me, I'm not coming second to no woman, right? That's her confidence. That's her confidence. I'm not finna come second. I'm not finna put a bitch second either. I'm not finna have a new bitch who's choosing on my pimping. I'm gonna make her feel less than or something like that. I ain't finna do that because that bitch that you think who's been in the longest, putting in the work and all other type of shit, you don't know what that bitch did behind closed doors. And this new bitch might be more solid, more loyal, more everything, but she has to come into a situation to where she feels like, well, damn, I'm already like number two, in a sense of like number two. And if this is number one, then what if I want to be number one? Can there be two number ones? The bitch that you putting over me when she got all your dirts, was you praying to the gate to bring you a new bitch, and that's how you met me? Because if you choosy, and you only gonna deal with a bitch by her characteristics and this and that, then for me to even be with you to this point, then I must be kind of cool, right? Because now what? Is she my boss too? I mean, why I'm not? I don't come second. See, I really don't feel that that's wrong. I don't come second to no woman. I don't come second to no woman. Don't I'm me. I didn't know you could have had a bitch or not. God forbid, what if this bitch or this will she blow up or this something happen to where she pass away or something? Then what? Now I'm number one by default. Come on now.
and hey,
It ain't happening.
hey man, I had a broad man that told me, yeah, business owner, but she was still kind of dibbing and dabbing, but on the big.
He said I had a girl, a business owner. That means square. He had to clean it up, but she was still dibbling and dabbling. What does that mean, right? Business owner, square. Go ahead.
Business, and this woman said, "Yeah, I want to take you out. Want to buy you drinks. I want to talk to you. Okay,
Yeah.
baby, but that ain't how it works. You can't take me out. You know what I'm saying? You can't take me out. You can't buy me no drinks. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It costs a fee to see." She was like, "Huh? It costs a fee, baby. I just can't come and sit down and kick it with you and have dinner." And
For sure, bitch, you can take me out and pay for the interview. Definitely, you can do that. See, and that's him getting. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't take me out. I mean, if that's how she said it, I mean, was she macking to you, Johnny? Was it did she make you feel a certain type of way, right? But to me, it sounded like, hey, I want an interview, and dates on me, because young Goldie, little square ass said, well, how can you tell if it, I'm not saying he said it on this one, he might say it later, but I just remember hearing him say this before. You could tell how a woman like you, she'll go out and pay for your food. She'll pay for you. If she can't pay for you, then right. Well, damn, Johnny, maybe, hey, man, maybe she's trying to, hey, especially if she's a square. I mean, that would, how else should she? I mean, shit, that's a great start. Let's go.
drinks and things like that. When I got people that's really respecting me and respecting some respectable relationships going on. So she was like, "Okay, I understand that, but this is what I'm used to, and this how woo to woo to woo, and I don't mind doing it, but this is how it's gonna have to be." Oh,
Starting wrong.
yeah.
What's the whoop de whoop and this? What I'm used to? You used to what, bitch? To me, I didn't. Hey, P, look, meet the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, meet me. Business owner or not, square, right? Just in the sense of, cause I know what I'm gonna do, right? So, okay, bitch, you wanna take me out? You wanna take me out, baby? Right? You wanna pay for the food? Great, bitch. Now this is what we gonna talk about. But all that you can't take me out. Well then, well then what, Pete? I mean, what then what? What can the bitch do? Because if you know, I mean, what we talking about?
We starting wrong. So guess what, baby? You Do what you used to doing, and I'm gonna do what I'm doing. No
Man,
harm, no foul. It's been a pleasure to meet you. And I asked that bride, I say, now tell me something. What if you was my bride? And I just met this woman, and I'm out to dinner with her, I'm eating, she riding in the car, sitting in the car with
yeah,
me, she having my time. How would you take that?
right.
You could hear a pin drop.
Interview. If I just met the bitch, all that riding in my car and shit, that's something different. I'll meet you at the restaurant, bitch. But for sure you can take me to dinner, bitch. For sure you gonna pay for this interview. Come on now.
Man, see, listen, what you saying right now is big. So for those who didn't catch it, because
That nigga wanna pay.
you know, the squares don't really speak the language. If women are going out for you every single night to
Putting that,
make sure you living good and bringing it back to you so you can live like a king, there's no way that you would allow a woman who is not doing that for
She's trying to. In her own square way. She's trying to. She's going out every night before you without your instructions and using that money from her business to spend on you. I've been worried thinking about, okay, well, shit, you give me the business too? That might have been the next step. That's why you gotta put the pride in your pride in your pocket, Pete. You know what I'm saying?
you to get your time and your energy because
get
it's
your attention.
See, because it's look, because he is different. If you going out meeting bitches, right? And then now you meeting bitches like as far as like they coming to you. You going to them like meeting them. You know what I'm saying? Like out trying to, fuck with square bitches all day and knowing they ain't gonna pay. Then for sure, how does that look? Or having a bitch that deals with you that don't want to fully be under your program but just wants to hang out but don't want to do. Then yes, for sure. But if you're just meeting a bitch and that's how she's coming, business owner, like, let me take you out and da 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 da. That's a good start. That's a good start.
because it's disrespectful to the women who go out to earn for you every night to go and spend your time with a woman who does not. So if she does want to entertain you and get to know you, she has to put something up. I tell dudes this all the time. If you want to know if a woman really likes you, tell her to pay for the meal. If she's not willing to do that, she's not invested in you like that anyway.
Right there. That would just contradict this. You see what I'm saying? If you want to see she really like you, tell her to pay for a meal. This nigga said the bitch said she wanted to pay for the meal, and he said that's the wrong thing. Come on, man. These niggas are clowns.
Way she just
Period.
want a free meal.
Period.
And that's the fastest way to know. And that's why most dudes don't do it, because they'll find out real quick most women don't really like you. They just trying to get something.
Exactly, man. Or send them that cash app or tell them, hey, man, I got a little situation. I need some help right quick. You know what I mean? You think you can send? And I guarantee
Yeah.
you, 9 times out of 10, that broad ain't gonna answer
Nope.
the phone. She
Got
gonna
an
go.
excuse.
She got an excuse. You know what I mean? That's gonna tell you everything.
It's so simple, but they won't do it because they know most of these
The
women don't like it.
insecurities in themselves. They already got the answers, but they be so caught up on the physical part of what the broad look like,
Yeah.
and the BBL and all this old stuff, man. When a real one like us, we don't care nothing about that.
Yeah, nah, man, because we done built them before.
You know what I used to tell a broad, man? They come to me with, thinking she cute and fine with the BBLs and all that, and she's making sexual, seductive type moves. And hold up, baby, ain't no tricks up in here. First and foremost, whatever you got for me, say on my head. Sell it. I don't want it, baby. Sell it. And they used to look at me in awe, like, man, who is this guy? Why would he say something? It's real. I don't want it.
Yeah, because what these dudes don't understand is that's a woman's whole power right there is her sexual prowess. If you can not succumb to her sexual advances and not be swayed or not sway your principles or let things slide because she's being sexual with you, well then guess what? Now she has no power over you. And she has another respect for you because every man that she walks past is going to make concessions because of her sexuality, right? So if you're the one man who doesn't, that's the one man she's going to respect and do more for him than she's done for any other man.
Like I tell them, Goldie, the most powerful man that walk on this planet is a man that's disciplined sexually,
Yep.
that's have sexual discipline, that ain't on the urge of trying to always be. He's a powerful man,
Yeah.
man, that can say no.
Yeah. And these dudes don't understand that.
I agree.
That's really why they woman be all in their phone and checking them because the way you caught her. You know, you
The
caught her.
things that you're doing with that woman.
Yeah, she knows you a trick. She
knows
knows
you
that you thirsty.
promiscuous. Yeah,
she knows that you can't control your dick discipline. So therefore, she's worried. But when your woman knows who you are, she's not so worried.
Oh,
she
man,
knows.
she gonna
She
hold
knows.
her
Yeah, she
chest
knows.
out
When he
proud,
go
like,
outside, I know it's gonna be hard for a woman to get up on my man.
If I see him in his company, we know one or two things and just happen, man. yeah.
Let's switch gears real quick.
Go
I
ahead.
got two things they on my mind, right?
Go
You
ahead.
told me something, man.
That's what I'm
And to
saying.
this day, I never.
That's what I'm saying. If I see her, he just did all this dumb. If I see her in his company, no, it's one or two things that just happened. It should have been. You only know it's one thing that happened, Johnny. Because what's the other thing, buddy? What's the other thing?
Forget it. I was telling you about, you know who it was. I'm telling you about this young lady I was with, and she was doing everything right. She was down, man. At that time, man, I would have said, man, she do everything I like, nothing I don't. Man, I'll get this one my child. And you said, oh, slow down. Well, you speaking real highly of that woman. You said, hey, man, one day that woman gonna wake up, roll over, look you dead in your face, and say, fuck you. I said,
You're
what?
not even gonna know it.
I was like, what? I'm like, man, all right. I don't know what he talking about right now, but anyway, man, years later, that and worse happened.
Yeah.
And it came out of nowhere. And you know what that really just taught me, man? You can only count on a woman for what she is today, not tomorrow. And it's not to be pessimistic. It just let me know you don't control these women long term. A woman could, get a drug habit. The woman could have schizophrenia in her family, and one day it just something spark it. You just never know. So you always have to understand, man, she might be good today. Don't mean she gonna be good tomorrow. Cherish it today, but just cause she good today don't mean she gonna be good tomorrow.
So that's why that bitch who come in saying she don't come second to no other woman, little bitty dude, keep that same way of thinking. Because the one that's been there for you could be the one who gets her schizophrenia sparked because a new bitch came. Come on now.
Like I told him, I'm gonna check this out. A woman is a invasive species. If you don't know what that means, look it up, man.
Spell it. Why don't
Real
you tell
talk.
us what it means?
Real talk, man. Real talk. And I teach I've been trying to
When
teach
niggas say
these
real
youngsters
talk, I
all
probably
that
wouldn't believe
the
them.
first thing they got to do is understand
That's
a
Andre
woman.
3000.
You got to break it down and know what you're dealing with. See, a lot of these dudes come in this world, man, looking at their mom, and they got this picture perfect thing, and they, and they get fooled. So they go into relationships thinking like, okay, she like my mama. But you had to took time and notice, man, your mama wasn't innocent. Your mama wasn't innocent, man. Mom had a lot of things going on, man. You just look past it because of the love. Yeah. And you'll get in a relationship and you'll look past those same things because of love.
Yeah.
Now that's gonna go over a lot of y'all heads.
Yeah. Nah, listen, let's change gears again, right? Because get these dudes some game, right? You was able to have 12 women. I never had 12 women.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a feat. It takes a lot. What does it take to be able to, one, get that many women to accept being in a household with other women? And what does it take to manage a household that large of 12 women?
First and foremost, man, every woman likes a winner.
Say it again. Come on.
Every woman like a winner, man. When you're winning and it's showing, and it's just in basic conversation, you're teaching this woman something. You open her mind to things little simple things that she's never knew. That's gonna spark the interest. And then when you bring her around these women, and it's so much, yes sir, how you, yes sir, no sir. Y'all like something to drink? What are you drinking?
Yeah.
We got Sprite, and they like, she like, damn, never seen no black girl speak like this.
Yeah.
I'm used to black girls being ratchet and rolling their eyes and animosity, especially I'm sitting here.
So, I mean, is that the white girl, right? Oh, no. And this one, I'm going to keep listening.
In a company with their man.
Man, that's some game. Let me put a pin in that real quick.
Go
So
ahead.
what you're saying is, if you want to have multiple women, the first woman you have has to be an exemplary example.
That's how I was able to manage.
That's some game right there. Everybody don't know that part. They don't know that part.
when they look at what's in front of them, they say, I want to be like that.
Yeah. That's why you got to make sure your woman is riding clean. She got the big watches. She got the jewelry. She got whatever it is that you are. Your woman has to be a reflection
A
of that in the highest
reflection of
way.
it, exactly.
And a lot of times I say this too, man. The reason these dudes ain't never gonna have no other woman is because they gonna look at your woman and say, I would never want to be like that. Oh, she got an attitude. She got an attitude with me. She not talking to him right. She not carrying herself properly.
And
Why would I want to be with
The
him?
broad may say, how long you say y'all been together? Or she may see her tracks in her head, like, damn, she in need for a new dude. And she been. Now, why would I come over here and invest my time and energy to this
Yeah.
situation? And she
Yeah.
been here 5 years, and she look like Boo Boo the Fool.
And you know, I can hear a lot. Deserve that stuff. Well, guess what? Then you should have a different woman if she don't deserve it.
Exactly. Because my woman deserves to gonna get the world,
Yeah,
man.
and if she don't deserve it, that can't be my woman. Because
Exactly.
obviously you ain't performing and producing and being who I need you to be.
Exactly.
Okay, so give me another one. Give me another one. But man, because I ain't gonna act like, man, it's a feat. It's not for most men to have that many women.
No.
So to do it, you give us something. Give us something. What it's obvious to you because it's what you did. But what are some things that you see different about yourself and how you ran your household? Why most dudes can't do that?
Because first and foremost, Gold, a lot of dudes are they in fear of being the bad guy. They want to be nice. They
Yeah.
want to be compromised, and they want to whine. Hey, come on, yeah. No. Those women respected my realness.
Yeah.
This is what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to tell them, hey, man, if it was based off looks, I wouldn't have a woman in this world.
Tell them again.
Man, if it was based off looks,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a woman in this
Man,
world.
and you have more women than most dudes. Why? Because it ain't.
That nigga make it sound like he just said something. For real. Y'all, these niggas is something else. Hold on.
Ain't based off looks,
Looks.
it's based off the game.
The information, man. And those women was thirsty for the information. They
Yeah.
paid millions for the information.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they done paid millions for the information.
Hey, Golden, now, you forgot to mention that at my height, and I was doing all this, I was 400 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Almost 400 pounds.
He was
doing
at
it.
400 pounds with 12 women.
And Goldie looked disgusted when he said that. Look, that was funny when he said that. Look, that was funny. Watch this. Look at this nigga face. Hold on.
Yeah.
Almost 400 pounds.
He was
doing
at
it.
400 pounds with 12 women coming in paying you every single day.
Come on.
Hey, Joe, how much did the feds take from you?
Well, now it's
If we can
exclusive.
speak
Yeah,
on it.
we can speak on this exclusive because we talking about old stuff.
Here we go.
So let me line it up. How much did the feds take from you?
1.5 million.
1.5 million.
No, the feds didn't take it. Let me rewind. The state took $1.5 million.
$1.5 million
Cash,
cash.
jewelry, my game jewelry, the girls' jewelry, and everything like that. They got hold to the car titles, all the cars, everything.
And when they went to your women and said, if you flip on this man and help us build a case, we will give you some of this money, some of this jewelry.
Yeah, they said you can get your jewelry back. We're gonna put it in writing. We'll give you your jewelry. You name what items are yours. We'll release it to you. We'll clean your record, and we'll get you back to where you came from. It was a new thing they were starting at the time, and they promised them money, housing, and everything.
And not one of those women took that deal
No,
because of the respect, not
respect.
fear. Because at that point you were locked up.
Yeah.
It was because of how much respect they had for you and the man that you had been to them.
Exactly,
Respectful, upright, righteous, honest, giving them game.
changed their life.
You was taking women working regular jobs and they was riding in big whips, having big jewelry, having, living a lavish lifestyle.
Man, let me tell you this here, man. I used to give my women allowances.
Okay, now, so what he was, oh shit, I'm about to get to this in a minute. But so now that is true, right? So they have a thing called CAST, y'all, right? And it's called Coalition Against Sex Trafficking, okay? And then what they will do is they'll say, we're going to put you in a home and, give you a place to live, give you Section 8, give you $5,000 a month, something to tell, right? And if you don't, okay, they do have that within the game of pimping and hoeing, okay? However, if you're still running a different type of criminal enterprise, you see what I'm saying? Dope man, this, that, right? It might be the same type of offers as well, okay? The Mac of the year. Let's listen.
Weekly allowances, right?
Yeah.
And the allowances was based off their seniority in my household. So
All right there. See what I'm saying? The allowances that he gave the bitches was based on their seniority in his household. Okay, let's listen.
if you've been here 7 years,
Yeah.
come here. What's okay? Huh? Here go you 5,000. 6 year, here go you 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. Now we get into the 2, 3 year. Here go you 2,000, 2,500, 2,000. Depending on.
Yeah.
And this is every week.
Yeah.
So I'm sending them in and gave out
Yeah.
25,000.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
hold
you know
on,
what I
y'all.
used to tell them?
So did you hear that, y'all?
You can go do.
Watch this. Let me wind this. Hold on. I can see this nigga. Hold on. So this is aside from if they leave, he giving the bitch 20,000. All right, let's listen.
Yeah.
Come here. What's okay? Huh? Here go you 5,000. 6 year, here go you 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. Now we get into the 2, 3 year. Here go you 2,000, 2,500, 2,000.
Okay, so the 7 years, 5,000. 6 years, 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. Then he said when you get to the hold on. So remember he said seniority. So start at 7, 6. Then he went to hold on.
Depending on.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. Then he went to
5,000. Now we get into the 2, 3 year. Here go you 2,000,
2, 3 year.
2,000.
Okay, so seniority, right? So 1, 2, 2, 3 years. So 1 year, I don't know what he said, but 3 years, 3, 4,000, 4. Then get to the 7th year, 6, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Based on seniority, they get $5,000 every week. So 4, 5, 6, 7 years based on seniority gets the same amount. The 4 years gets the same as the 7 years. Okay, let's live 5,000, 5,000. Okay, hold on.
Depending on.
Yeah.
And this is every week.
Yeah.
So I'm sending them in and gave out
Yeah.
25,000.
Yeah.
And you know what I used to tell them, Goldie? You can go do whatever you want to do with this money. If you don't like me today, go give it to somebody else.
Now, right there. Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. Okay. Every time I hear Johnny Cash, I hear trick money. Nigga, you call it an allowance? You know how many tricksters call it $5,000 a week? $5,000 a week? Now what he gonna say? Oh yeah, hey, the bitch was making 50,000 a week. Stop lying, nigga. Not that he said that, but 5,000 a week. 5,000 a week for each bitch. Then 2,000. Talking about allowance. That's tricking. Or if I wouldn't, I wouldn't have a bitch the way I look. Oh, so let's get the money and I'm gonna give it back. That's tricking. I don't care how you put it. That's not just game. That's tricking. Period.
He'll love to get this shit. That's a choosing feature.
Yeah.
If you want to go give it to your mama, go pay your mama bills. If you want to save this money to go buy you a small house 2, 3 years from now, you can save it up. You may want to get a big fee together for somebody. You're entitled to do that.
Yeah.
Now that's confidence, Goldie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. And you know it.
Nah, that's tricking, Goldie. That's tricking. Okay? That's tricking. Because you have to understand, y'all. If the bitch is listening to this, why should she be listening to it? Right? Nah. Oh, I was watching something and, can I have an allowance? Right? It ain't about confidence. What's keeping the bitch, your game or the money? But you call it an allowance. Based on time, has the bitch stayed down or did she just stay around? Oh, so the longer you stay with me, then the more money you'll get. Vicious. See, I'm the pimpin', see, and that's the difference. Oh, I used to give bitches allowance based on their seniority, based on how long they've been. 12 years, 12 bitches. Oh, 7, 6, 5 years, 7,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. The 3 years, 2, 3 years. Oh, 2,500, right? So I end up shelling out 25,000 a week. He said, and this every week. So is it confidence or is that manipulate or what? That's game. Hey, yeah, bitch. The longer you stay, then your allowance money will go up. So you really paying them to stay with you, but you in the name of allowance because people get allowance for what work they do, right? So what you paying them back for the work that they did? What's the allowance? I can understand you getting them bitch some credit cards. You know what I'm saying, bitch? Run up your credit and pay that. You know what I'm saying? Come on here, but that's some other game for y'all, right? But I ain't finna pay for a bitch to stay. She don't need all that. She don't need all that. What's the other motive? It ain't confidence. It's because what you say. Oh, if it's based on looks, I wouldn't have a hoe. Oh, I was 400 pounds. Ooh, and it sure wasn't just game, nigga. Trick ass nigga.
It's something about that when a woman sees that, it's like, nah, I want to see it. He if he's willing to let me go, I don't want to go.
Exactly.
When he don't want me to go, that's
Hold
when I
on.
want to go.
Hey,
It was
man.
funny
Let me
is
ask you this.
this nigga Goldie crazy. Hold on, let me see if we hold on. Watch this.
2, 3 years from now, you can save it up. You may want to get a big fee together for somebody. You entitled to do that.
Yeah.
Now that's confidence, Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. And you know, it's something about that when a woman sees that, it's like, nah, I want to see it. He if he's willing to let me go, I don't want to go.
Exactly.
When he don't want me to go, that's when I want to go.
Hey, man.
Let me ask you this. You know,
And then Goldie did not agree with that. That nigga did. He got a little bit of sense, y'all. He did not agree with that.
this is a curious. What do you think a woman really wants from her man? Because I mean, it's like this, dude. I say it all the time, man. If it was really the money, man, she wouldn't give it to no dude, right?
Woman don't
what
care nothing
is
about
it?
no money,
What
Goldie. She give
is
it
it
away
that
every
the
day.
woman really wants?
Do y'all hear all these contradictions? This nigga just went. This nigga just went from giving the bitch allowances, 7,000 whoop whoop whoop, to the very next thing. Women don't care about no money, man. She give it away every day, man. Women don't care about no money, man. So then what make you think that this money that you giving her, she caring about, nigga? If she give it away every day. You're a trick. That's tricking, nigga. Even if it's tricking to call yourself the pimping, nigga. You're tricking. Then on the whole next thing, women don't care about no money. Man, that's why, man. Or so you been there? You in? You can't do this forever. Yeah, okay, nigga. Is marriage for life? Yeah, nigga.
A woman is looking for that security, man. She's looking for a security. She's looking for a man that stands on principles. That man that's not going to play. A man that's not going to lie to her. A man that's not going to be out here with the community dick fucking everybody. She wants to know I got a man that's really got my best interests at heart.
A man is worth more than gold, a real man.
A real man.
And that's why a lot of these women say they hate men because a real man is far and few between. It's very few men standing on their principles, not compromising, has some dick discipline, willing to let a woman go even with some money based on his principles. But when a woman meets a man like that, no other man could ever compare.
No. And let me say this here, man. A lot of guys, and I ask a lot of women this here that's in the lifestyle, do you even know what a P is? And you will be surprised by the responses and the answers I got. And I just break it down in this totality. Now here goes some game for everybody. That
Now, hold on. Now he said what a P is, but then earlier he wanted to say, you don't pimp out of what do you say? Vengeance or whatever the hell he said. But it's a thing. Just say pimp. What's the problem? Do you know what a pimp is? All that, do you know what a P is? And 304s and 16s, man, it's pimping and hoeing. Do you know what a pimp is? But I'm sure he's about to let us know. Let's listen.
Then no, now I use a charge for this, but I'm gonna tell y'all because this is gold. This is my guy. A pimp ain't nothing but a man
Here we go.
that takes care of his responsibilities. His responsibility being his mother, his kids, and his game. Where a boy gonna lie to her, play games, and he's gonna stand on what he say. If I tell you that I'm gonna do something, it's gonna be done. You're not gonna have to remind me, I'm gonna remind you. You dig? And he's gonna have an unlimited supply of information for this woman. You dig what I'm saying? That's all a pimp is.
Bullshit. That nigga said that's all a pimp. Nigga, if that's what a pimp is, nigga, but that's why everybody think they the pimping. A man, period, is a person that's taking care of this his responsibilities. Oh, I'm not a pimp if I don't take care of my mama. If I want to take care of my mama, she's all right. What about my dad? You know what I'm saying? What about my sister? You would say, oh well, well, what's the game? His game, right? That don't mean hoe. That could just be my girls. Let's hear what he say a pimp is again. Look, for sure he has to have a prostitute. Okay, definitely. Okay, well, so if you say what a pimp is, pimping is the only thing that count. See, the pimping is everything. That's what the pimping is. See, you gotta be whatever you need to be for her. See, the whole point is this. For sure, okay, so, well, I'm not a pimp if what? When does the action come in? When does the action come in? A pimp ain't nothing but, let's see what he said again. Hold on.
Locked up.
Yeah.
It was because of how much respect.
Just break it down in its totality. Now here goes some game.
Okay, here we go.
That didn't know. Now I use a charge for this, but I'm gonna tell y'all because this is gold. This is my guy. A pimp ain't nothing but a man
Okay, now.
that takes care of his responsibilities.
Okay, now. Ain't nothing but take care of his responsibilities. Now, isn't that just what a regular man is, right? Is a square man a man that takes care of his responsibilities? It's the square working husband who's taking care of his family, his wife and his kids, and, going to work every day and making sure, right? Is he taking care of his responsibilities?
His responsibility being his mother.
Okay, now he started with that. He didn't even start with the hoe. Some pimps didn't get along with their mom, right? Some pimps might not have had their mom. Some pimps might have did whatever. I'm not a pimp if I'm not taking care of my mother. Now, like I said, we ain't gonna take it too far out of context for sure. Your mama needs you for sure. What man ain't gonna do that though? How many basketball, football players, right? Successful people, you right? Then bought their mama a car, bought their mama. You see what I'm saying? Who don't take care of their mama, nigga? But let's go.
His kids.
If he has kids, but what man doesn't do that? That's a real man, right?
In his game.
Now, what's game? Because he put that bitch at the bottom. But you can't be a pimp without the game, nigga. Or the hoe. You can't be a pimp What that's the thing that disqualify you from not. That should have been number one.
Were a boy gonna lie to her, play game?
Now he said boy, right? Now he ain't say a nigga that's not the pimping, right? He just said a boy. That's talking about contrary to a man. He's talking about man shit. His game would the way he's putting it, that's just take care of his woman, take care of his mother, his kids, and his woman. And a real man's not gonna lie to his woman because why would she have to lie to his woman? But it's a whole lot more to being a pimp than that, Johnny. Johnny.
And he's gonna stand on what he say. If I tell you that I'm gonna do something, it's gonna be done. You're not gonna have to remind me. I'm gonna remind you. You dig? And he's gonna have an unlimited supply of information for this woman. You dig what I'm saying? That's all a pimp is.
Bullshit. Wah, wah, wah. That's all a pimp. Please. Hey, well, sign the world up for that. That nigga gonna have everybody thinking they the pimp and saying that's dumbass shit.
And he just so happened to be doing it with multiple women. So to all the swearers that don't understand and think that, you know, a pimp, we beating them and we making them do this and this. No, a pimp ain't nothing but a man that takes care of his business, man, an orderly fashion, man. And it's a plethora, a whole wave of women.
Here we go. That nigga can't even talk. It's a pimp. Hope, man, shut up, Johnny. Damn, nigga. Because by your definition, every quote unquote man is a pimp then if that's the case. You're a real man or you're a pimp. Because you didn't really describe shit that had to do with pimping, nigga.
It's just something about them that's attracted to that and they want it.
Man, you was cooking on that one. Oh, that's a clip right there.
Yeah.
Let's get to something else.
Yeah, that's a clip for sure.
A woman is gonna treat you exactly how she feels about you.
Exactly.
Right? Break that down for me.
Her actions, the way she move, how she handle your business, down from the smallest to the biggest, gonna go back to how she view you, how basically how what you presented yourself as being. If that woman don't think shit of you, man, if you're not showing up in those areas, she's gonna slack in so many ways, man. So you be scratching your head, wondering like, damn, why ain't this broad cleaning up, keeping a clean house, or why ain't she washing her? Why ain't she got my clothes out, or why ain't because she don't like you, man.
Man, I
She
say
don't
it,
like you.
I say it all the time, and man, that's gonna be hard for a lot of dudes.
And like I say, look, it's just different. That's a lot of domestic shit. Maybe the bitch wasn't learned. Maybe she didn't, she didn't grow. The type of things she needs to learn. A lot of these bitches done came up, did a whole bunch of hoeing and not enough domesticated things, right? Like me, you know, I'm the type, bitch, I clean better than you. Bitch, I cook better than you. I'll do the cooking and the cleaning, bitch. You just do the hoeing, right? That's great for me. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Right? So it's just, will she, I don't, why my clothes, why, all this type shit, but the bitch bringing it in. However, let's continue.
To hear, like, yeah, the way she talks to you, the way you got to ask her to do things multiple times, the way she's not doing a thing. Hey, man, when she first came in the door, she did it. Man, you a woman who thinks real highly of you, thinks real highly of her crush, her celebrity crush. She do anything and everything. She not doing that to you because she doesn't view you in that way.
No, no, no. And a lot of dudes try to get violent behind a woman.
Yeah.
Not, dude, go look in the mirror, man. Put yourself on the scale, man. You got the answers, man.
Yeah.
And just sit that woman down and ask her to be completely honest, man. And she gonna tell you, man, you know what I'm saying? I really don't like you, man.
He said, go out there, look at the mirror, put yourself on the scale. Yeah, that's when you was 400 pounds, nigga. You talk about yourself? The bitch sit you down, tell you she don't like you, be. Come on, there.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Real, we're gonna tell you, man. I really don't like you, man. You know what I'm saying? You just really convenient. You really convenient to me right now.
Yeah, because you give me five, six, $7,000 every week, trick ass nigga. I really don't like you, trick. Come on, y'all.
You know, I
Hey,
needed.
say that again.
Yeah, you really convenient. I needed a place to stay, etc. Man, you was, available.
Yeah, you was a rest haven, right? You really convenient. I needed a place to stay, and you was available, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Your rest haven, trick, fat nigga.
Man, you know what I mean? But I really don't like you like that, man. And to be honest, they don't like you either. The other, they don't like you either, man. You know what I mean? True
Hey,
story. I done
hey,
heard it, man. True
hey,
story.
hey, that's a true story.
Yeah.
And okay, true story for sure. You didn't heard it, right? And they don't like you either. Why? Because the bitches can't come to you, right? Right? True story, right? They don't like you either, right? Well, why? Then why are these bitches still here? Because you're paying them trick ass Mac trick nigga.
It's a true story. And a lot of times it'll be the things that maybe you didn't lie, but you presented something. You put your best foot forward in the beginning that you couldn't keep up. So in actuality, you lied because you put on a facade that wasn't actually what she bought into. And now a few months down the line, but she's invested. Now she's living with you. Now she done got emotionally involved with you. So now she resents you because you lied to her, but she's not immediately gonna leave. But the way she talks to you, the way she acts,
It's
is
gone.
showing you and
Exactly.
reflective of how she feels about you.
Hey, man, I tell these dudes,
Which is
though, and I
true.
done told them before, be 100% honest with that woman. If you did it, you did it. Hey, did you such, such, such? Yeah, I did it.
Even that right there, I remember a bitch questioning me. Oh, my pimping. I remember, did you do this? Be honest with her. And she said, did you do what you did it? Yeah, I did it. What the fuck? Yeah, who you talking to? Your mama, nigga? Your girlfriend? Your wife? Just be honest. If you did it, did you do this? Yeah, I did it. Damn, nigga, what you have to be doing after bitches questioning you if you did something, nigga? I thought we were talking about pimping. Yeah, I did it. Give me an example of what a hoe would ask you. Did you do this? And you have to be honest with her and say, yeah, I did it. Come on now.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I had fun doing it too. Now what? That woman may not like it. It may rip that woman hard in half, man. It may tear her ass to pieces. But at the end of her picking them pieces up, man, the end of her going in the room, crying her eyes out, throwing a temper tantrum, whatever that woman gonna do, she's gonna be able to say, he kept it all the way 100 with me.
And he gonna send me, and I'm gonna tell him he got to send me 100,000 so I can leave. Nigga, I want to know the example of something that she'd have to question that you did, that you had to be honest and say, yeah, I did it. To all the pimping out there, when has a hoe ever asked y'all anything? Did you do this? And you have to be honest with her. Yeah, I did it. That's crazy.
He kept it real. He didn't lie. He didn't lie. Even if that woman leave, okay, cool. No, I did that. Self accountability, man. I did it. Hey, man, I ain't perfect, man. I did that.
Man, everything you
Did
saying
what,
is
nigga?
really like you just talking about the hallmarks of a real man, which most of these dudes are not because they haven't seen that.
Now, like I say, the thing about this nigga Goldies, he do got some sense. He do. But it's like a person who first learned how to play basketball from watching the Bulls, but the first person they saw was Scottie Pippen, right? But before they didn't realize there was Jordan out there. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. Go. It's like because like he said, he basically said what I just said. He said, well, really, all that stuff is just really what a man is. What he say? Look, this is what he said.
No, no.
What he said?
Like you just talking about the hallmarks of a real man,
Right there. He said, you just talking about the hallmarks of a real man. That's the same thing I would just say. That's regular man shit. Where's the pimping Mac of the year ass nigga?
which most of these dudes are not because they haven't seen that.
No, no, no. They haven't even been around. They haven't been exposed to it, man. You are the company that you keep.
Yeah.
You know, you just look at the certain circles and the certain relationship with these dudes have. All of them just alike. They're
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Birds of a feather flock together. That's why you will not see Johnny Cash on certain pictures with people. I don't, even though it's pictures out here with me on them with people, I get hold to the picture it took from my camera. They'll never get posted.
Yeah.
I never post them because one of these guys may be, got some stains on his name, or he may be on some hanky panky, and I don't want my brand associated with that.
Right.
You understand?
He said, hanky panky. Hey, hey, catch me out with the pimping in the circle. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Cash on my picture. He gonna, I don't want that associated with me. They're gonna be like, and who's the husband? That's all the pimping. Who's the husband right there with y'all? Come on, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Birds of a feather do flock together. Why? Because they all going in the same direction. And I feel like what you just said is really important, because if all you saw was your dad lying and cheating to your mother, you think that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
Until you exposed to something different. And that's 99% of the world. They think that that's what you're supposed to have, a second phone. You're supposed to. So if that's what you're seeing, that's what you do.
Hey man, a lot of these guys grew up watching their fathers, their uncles, and different things like that, man. Be big tricks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mom talking to him any kind of way.
Yeah.
Different things like that. The dad scared to say what he really feel in the house. And she daring him to say something. And that's what these guys can relate to, Gold. And that's why you got a plethora, a whole generation of.
I nigga love that word. It's plethora. That's how you pronounce it, Johnny. It's plethora. Okay? That nigga like that word. Look, that's the thing. Where have you experienced that though? Oh, just the big trick, the allowed to talk to him any type of way. I mean, is that the example that you've seen, buddy? Yeah, it's going okay.
Weak young men now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real talk.
And that's why I'm glad that you out here, allowing people to get some game. In my evolution, I saw that. There's no way that I could see how you handled your business like a man with your woman, the respect that your women have for you, the respect you had in your household, and then go back home and start lying. I said, no, that right there, it was a model that I could see to say, no, that works.
Exactly.
What I don't see working is what everybody else is doing, lying, sneaking, have another phone, this, that, and the third. That doesn't work. It's chaos in this household. In your household, it was peaceful, it was respectful.
Hey man, I don't know another. I'm just being real, man. I don't know another person on this earth that did it to the levels that I done did it, especially with black broads.
Yeah. Oh, come on, listen. We got to speak on that, man, because everybody around here got a whole lot to say about black women.
I don't want nothing black but a Cadillac. Hey man, the black broad can't do nothing but push the car that me and the white bitch in and do.
Yeah.
I done heard all that shit, but hey man, like I said, I'm good for the game. I'm the first one that made it cool to put, the implants on them. I'm one that made it cool to go get the bitch out of glasses and go get a latex surgery.
You hear this nigga, y'all? I'm the first one to put implants, give bitches fake boobs. I'm the first one to get a bitch to not wear glasses and do laser surgery. You're the first one, nigga. You're the first one. No, you the first one that I seen, right? Is have an implant with a hair in your motherfucking head, nigga. You the first one I see with a wig, with a weave, Johnny. That's what you the first to do. Nigga said he the first one to give a bitch some fake titties. See?
I'm the one that made it cool, Goldie, to put the veneers in their mouth. We
Back
talking
in the
like
day.
2003, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, veneers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Gucci.
Just because you got veneers don't mean you flossing. And they talking about Gucci. Nigga crazy. He talking about, oh, man. This nigga tricking.
Louis Vuitton, you know what I'm saying? Designer stores.
Yeah,
black bras now.
Yeah. Tell me, man, because I just.
Beyonce's black, Rihanna's black, Nia Long is black, Halle Berry's black. It's a lot of bad black bitches, nigga. This nigga black bitches now. Come on, nigga. You nigga dealing with bitches like Sealy and the bitch from Precious. That bitch.
Don't like it. Right now, you can say you have a preference, but you don't gotta down somebody else. Tell me why you think. Do you feel like it's just in the culture that they've heard enough people say it, so they just regurgitate it, or do you feel like it's something a little bit deeper? I got my own theory. I want to
Oh
know what you
man, it's
think.
way deeper, man. Hey man, it's gonna take a real man.
Come on, come on.
You know what I just told you what a man is.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a
Yeah.
real man
Yeah.
to have them and to have them to produce the way they supposed to produce and to have the respect there and to have the it's gonna take a man to do that.
Yeah.
And a lot of these dudes, they ain't
Yeah.
up to the job.
Yeah,
They can't rise to the
yeah.
occasion.
You know what I say too, man, and
I definitely can't rise to the occasion of giving bitches $5,000 a week of an allowance. I can't rise to that.
because I seen it. I see dudes next to me saying the same thing. And I'm like, man, I got this one black broad who doing way more than your 3-4 white ones, right? But my thing was this. A black woman has natural game. She got brothers, uncles, daddy. She see what fraud is. So she can see it easier than another culture can see it. So
Like I said, fraud. Game fraud. Hey.
therefore you can fake to the white broad, the Asian, because she not from the culture. So she don't know you a fraud.
She
the
gonna
way-
buy anything. She
Yeah.
going for anything. They want it easy.
Yeah.
They want easy work.
Yeah.
That broad ain't gonna question them. She don't have the intellect to see, oh man, I know that ain't probably supposed to. Okay. Yeah.
And you know what else? I mean, just because it is what it is.
Sound like Howard to me. This nigga said, don't have the intellect to question. A bitch questioning that's disrespectful. I talk about having respect. How many hoes could question you, Johnny? That's respect.
It's easier for a white broad to maneuver. So you have to have another level of game when you a black broad
Asking a question is different from questioning.
to maneuver, because you can't maneuver in the same fashion a white broad does. So therefore, she has to have some more game, which most of these dudes don't have.
Hey man, I used to teach my bras, man. Y'all got to go 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Because, with the white broad, they going to jump over each other trying to talk to her and to see her. You're going to have to put the work in. The slickest bitch always going to win the race.
Yeah.
That's the bitch that got something to say,
Yeah.
that ain't going to take no for an answer. She's her IQ of how men think
Yeah.
come from the game that you done gave her.
Yeah.
She's what? I need to just be saying all type of crazy words. What was he saying?
Of how men think
Yeah.
come from the game. It's my bras, man. Y'all got to go 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Because, with the white broad, they going to jump over each other trying to talk to her and to see her. You're going to have to put the work in. The slickest bitch always going to win the race.
Yeah.
That's the bitch that got something to say,
Yeah.
that ain't going to take no for an answer. She's her IQ of how men think
Oh, IQ.
come from the game that you gave
IQ,
her.
okay.
He has no way out.
Yeah.
He has no way out, and he's going to take her. If my broad used to run across him, I don't give a fuck who you is. She's going to, she got you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that.
Yeah, I bet she did. She got you. Stealing. This the game, y'all. Different areas like different race of bitches. Go take that black bitch to Hawaii and see what happened. Go take the black bitch and the white bitch to Hawaii. See who get the most. That's some game for y'all.
That's 100%. And a lot of these dudes, man, not even just in the game, but just period, they will say these things, and it's because they feel like, well, I shouldn't have to do all that, to have a woman. But what they don't understand is you just don't know how to be a real man. You lying, you doing this, you doing that, and a black woman most of the time, she's just not gonna be going for it.
No.
So you're mad that she's not going for it. The white woman, she's feeling the type of way anyway, and she's gonna make a mad move in a different way, but she's just not gonna say something right away. But you're blaming her because you're the one that's flawed, because you're not 100, because you're not who you said you was, because you lying and sneaking around, and you don't like that she challenged you when she wouldn't challenge you if there was nothing to challenge if you was a real man.
Hey, man, one thing about it, that white woman, when she make a move, you're never gonna see it come.
Oh, you're never gonna see
She
it come.
gonna
Oh,
wake
she
up.
too slick.
Yeah, she gonna wake up
With a
just like it's a
smile.
normal day.
She gonna make you some breakfast.
Yeah, you want bacon and eggs today? You want your favorite? You want grits? I'm about to go to the gym. Hey man, that gym run gonna be the last one, man. You'll never see that woman again, man. She ain't gonna say bye. I miss you.
Yeah, cause that was a hint, nigga. I'm about to go to the gym. Should have said I'm gonna go with you. You dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm upset. You'll never see it on her face. You'll never get no inclination. She's just gonna be gone. But that black woman, man, you gonna know when there's trouble in that water.
Yeah, which allows you to see what's coming.
So it allows you to say,
So that's what I'm saying. If you the pimp, and you got all this game and all this knowledge about right, the race don't matter. It don't matter. You should be able to. You gonna see it coming from any bitch because it's the spirit behind it. A motherfucker will feed you, a pie with poison in it, but you gotta know that. But just trying to stereotype, oh, the black woman and with the man, that's come on now. Black bitch will do you even way colder. What real hold on, honestly, if you really think about it, I mean, what she's supposed to leave with a attitude? What real hold on? This your last meal type shit, right? Come on now.
hey, come here.
Yeah.
Stop. Come on over here, baby. Sit down.
Look what he
What's going
said.
on?
Hold on, look. That was funny. Look what he said.
Which allows you to see what's coming.
So it allows you to say, hey, come here.
Yeah.
Stop. Come on over here, baby. Sit down. What's going on? What's happening? Something off up here. You know what I'm saying?
Now, okay, now you keeping it real. But then don't be like, oh, well, the bitch want to leave, and then I'll help her back and give her 20,000. Now, yeah. But then now it makes sure you got a warning. Look, the white bitch, she ain't gonna give you no warning. What that mean? You ain't got a chance to stop the bitch. But the black bitch, you'll see it, so you can have a time to be like, oh, hold on, stop. Hey, let's talk about it. And I get it, P. But then don't say earlier, oh, the bitch want to leave, then she'll leave. I'll help her back. Then why didn't you say that earlier? Come on, man.
And a black bride gonna be so real and so transparent that she gonna say,
Yeah.
hey man, look, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, something on my mind, something really about.
Yeah.
And that gives you the opportunity to
Help her pack.
minister to this woman, feed her spirit, and get an outstanding understanding. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna
He said outstanding understanding. Shout out to Sinful to P.
be able to straighten it out.
Yeah.
But that white bride, she ain't gonna give you no chance, man. You better hope she don't put the police on you going out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, and that's another thing too, man. Listen, if you just think about all of the dudes that you know who done got locked up, right? I want to say 80, 90%. If they got told on, what was the race of the person that told on? Of the young lady who told on? What was the race of?
Oh, she was 100% Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Anglo-Saxon. Come on, man. Saxon, man. What's up with this nigga? The thing is this, right? A lot of races. Black bitches tell, white bitches tell. A bitch gonna tell her. It's a whole bunch of agate-ass black bitches out there telling.
And it could be for a multitude of reasons, but I'll tell you this, right? They not pressing the black broad the same way.
No.
And then not only that, the black broad understand the same thing we understand. They don't really care.
Exactly.
The white broad understands when she's with you. If it's a problem, all she has to do is raise her hand, whether you did it, whether you didn't. She understands that advantage she has on your side.
Only thing that white woman got to do is let that tear fall out the corner of her eye. And she got a plethora, a group of people
Love that word.
Hey, man.
Get her lick back.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When white bras used to be around me, man, I look into her pretty blue eyes and see the penitentiary.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't did nothing wrong, but something about looking into a white bra's pretty blue eyes made me scared.
And don't take this wrong.
Yeah, you're right. I might have to cut this out.
We not, hey, man, we love our, snow. Man.
Hey, did I message y'all, or did they ever show the pictures of this nigga and the 12 bitches he was supposed to have? I just thought about that.
We love some snow, man, especially in the summer. We love it. But we just kicking, we talking from a perspective of experience. And what we saw.
Okay.
Not to say that all, snow is like this, because I know some guys that got some real stand-up snow. But they're so far in between to find them like that. You know what I'm saying? For real, it's so far in between, man.
Let me ask you this, right? Because a lot of dudes, I don't know if I want to say this. All right, so Pimpin' Ken had a perspective, right?
Okay.
And he said,
shout out to perspective. Everybody got perspective but a P one, huh?
And, he don't love no hoe, right? And I was telling him, I said, if a woman is going out there every day for you, going hard for you, respecting your program, right? And she's doing everything to make sure you live like a king, your kids live like a king, right? it would behoove you to look her in her face every day she came in and say, I don't love you. Because if she goes into an interrogation room, well, do you want
Ain't
her
no
in the
love back.
Okay, now, see, this how they ain't got no. Now, for one thing, pimping kids, I don't love no hoe. Now, Goldie, how many times you gonna say you not a pimp and all this other type of stuff, right? So even you speaking on it, right? But even still, okay, even you don't love a hoe, but what? You love a hoeing. Because if she stopped doing what she's doing, then what, right? I love the hoe and I don't love that bitch, right? But that's the thing, okay? You know, hey, it was the bitch who couldn't stop telling the nigga that she loved him who ended up snitching. See? The loyalty is a different thing. Oh, if you love something, let it go, right? Love is pain. You know what I'm saying? I love, I love you, but love make you do crazy things, right? That love, that is emotion. Okay, you want that loyalty. You talking about if you don't know how she gonna love you back. She ain't worried about your love, nigga. She's a hoe. See? She's a hoe. In the sense of, you know, love. That's manipulation. But in the game, I thought you loved me, right? Thought you loved me. I love you. What Tina Turner say? What love got to do with it, nigga? Come on now.
Ain't no love back.
Do you want her in the interrogation room when they pressing her saying, hey, I'm gonna give you all his jewelry, all his money, all you got to do is say what we want you to say? Do you want her to think in the back of her mind, my man loved me, or my man just told me yesterday he don't love me?
Fair change ain't no robbery. Hey,
Shit, he told me yesterday he don't love me. Well, shit, let me stay solid, and this might make him love me. Shit, let me stay solid, right? He told me he loved me. Well, he'll still love me, and then tell on that nigga.
man, check this out for the world. Hey, man, I love my woman. 20 plus years, man. Lord dedicated. Millions with an S.
He said, "Ho, nigga, not your wife." And all this 12, what, you only ended up with one? Come on now.
Millions. You might love her. Yeah.
And then you loving her because of that? Conditional, right? The love, right? Oh, shoot, millions. Yeah, I love her. Why? Because of the money. I love her. Right? Come on, y'all. What if she heard that? What if the money stopped and you don't love her no more? Come on, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, I just say that to say, man, just from a
But let me tell them this here.
go ahead.
It's a difference between
Yeah.
swerve
Here we
and
go.
Yeah,
Here we
yeah.
go.
That's what I was telling. That's what I was telling Ken too. When
That's always the cleanup.
I say love, I don't mean it in the way that you may be thinking I mean it.
I don't mean that if this woman leave, I'ma go and jump off this balcony.
Yeah.
I don't mean that if this woman want to say, hey man, today is the day we go our separate ways. I don't mean that I'ma get violent with this woman and tell her she can't go and all of this kind of thing because of I'm in my feelings, because of the love is overpowering my better judgment. No, we ain't doing it like that, man. Not that kind of love, not that swear love like that. It's a love that's built off dedication, loyalty, the relationship, the time. It's that kind of love. You understand what I'm saying? Not put some paint where it ain't go.
Man, listen, when I say
That nigga didn't take his clothes off. This nigga Gold, you gotta learn how to dress, bro. This nigga look like he got a pattern like a sheet, and then has somebody go make me a vest and pants and then a suit jacket. This nigga gotta teach you how to dress, bro. Just a little bit better, but yeah, put some paint where it ain't. Hey, Goldie, paint, Paint, okay? Put the P where it ain't. But you can't do that, nigga.
I love a woman, I'm pretty much saying I care about you and I care about your well-being. And my love towards a woman is actually realer than her love towards me. Because when I tell a woman that I love her, listen, you done been around, you done put the work in, you done put the time in, we done built a bond, we done built some things. And I love you in a way where I care about you and your well-being. Even if you were to walk out this door, I would still have the care enough to give you some guidance, give you some wisdom. Hey man, a woman stop dealing with you. She say she love you, man. You out her life, man. She could say fuck you. She don't care. If you died, she wouldn't care. Do
Exactly.
you know what I'm
That's the
saying?
difference.
Bitch, leave me. Now, I mean, shit. You want to come back, guidance and wisdom? I mean, shit. Because now, remember what they said earlier? He said, "Oh well, how would it look like if these bitches is paying me, and a new bitch want to come, right? Okay, well, how it look like when the bitch left your ass, nigga, and the other bitches that stayed, and then the ones that, you know what I'm saying, that left, you can still later on give them guidance and wisdom because you love them. I could give a bitch a breath, a motherfucking, gonna say a breath again, a sentence a game, right? That'll last her for a fucking lifetime. Just a bitch hearing me call her a bitch, you know what I'm saying, is enough to soothe her fucking faggot asshole soul, you know what I'm saying, in a sense, right? Or is that y'all keeping the door open? Come on, y'all.
Between us now, Goldie.
Love is confusion. All you need is I love the hoeing. Love what she's doing. That's what you love is the hoeing, because if she stopped doing what she's doing, you still love the bitch. That's where y'all gotta be real. Come on now.
But when at the height of my game, man, my mentor gave me this understanding. He said, "Big Dad,
And they always got so much mentors, and I get it. However, that who gave you the game and all that. I mean, I experienced this game, right? But it's just a lot of things. It's like the best teachers experience. I mean, the game has been my mentor, personally, and all the things within it. I know.
I'm gonna tell you something about that love thing." He said, "Now this just my experience. Every time I had a broad,
And Johnny, you went to jail for what? Money? What money? Right? You didn't go to jail for pimping. That wasn't even your charges. So what happened to where the feds got on you about the money? Or but the state charged you, state ticket, but the feds gave you the time. I mean, what's the real story, Johnny?
tell me that she loved me in a certain kind of way, she had something on her mind, something foul came behind it." And I say, okay. So from that moment on, I used to teach my broads, hey man, if you love me, if you could just so happen to fall in love and get those feelings,
Yeah.
show me through your loyalty, your dedication, and the respect. And most definitely with some money.
Oh yeah, listen. A woman telling me that she loves
But they don't care nothing about no money.
me don't move me in the slightest. It don't move me in the slightest. A woman tell me she love me, you know what I tell her? I say, show me.
Yeah,
Show me. Because if you love is a verb.
yeah.
What you're not going to do is come over here, tell me you love me, then disrespect me tomorrow. So if you love me, show me with action. And if you're not going to show me with action, don't tell me because it don't move me.
Keep it. Keep it. So on that note, when I taught him like that, Goldie, and when it was trouble, true story, I was getting tattoos one day, and I got a 12-year-old by this broad, by the way. You know what I mean? She gave me 7 years, 8 years. But I was getting tattoos one day, and she was walking on the top tier of my house, and she was just going about her normal day, and we made
They said top tier. Come on, bro. She was walking upstairs.
eye contact 'cause I'm down on the table, and she looked down and said, I said, hold up.
No, she said elephant shoes. She said elephant shoes. Hey y'all, look. Say look in the look. I wear look y'all. Look in the mirror and look at y'all. Don't make your voice say it, but just mouth the words. Elephant shoes. She told that nigga elephant shoes.
Hold on, stop, Smoke. Stop the tattoo artist. I said, hey, come here. I said, what you just say to me? Nothing, Cash. Hold on, man. We ain't even finna play this game, man. The fuck you just say to me?
Elephant shoes.
Cash, I said, I love you. I looked at my tattoo artist, which he's some ism now.
Yeah.
I say, Smoke, this broad got some shit on her mind.
Tattooism.
I said, we don't do this. This some out the ordinary ass shit that she just pulled right here.
Yeah.
This ain't our relationship. So this just thinking about what my mentor had told me.
Yeah.
I'd be damn, Goldie.
Yeah.
It won 60 days.
Yeah.
Man, that broad left and say, kiss her ass, bye, I'm gone, with my child in there,
Oh.
pregnant.
Yeah.
But there was confirmation that my mentor had told me. It came out the blue. Me and this woman never even You understand what I'm saying, Goldie? We never
Yeah.
had that relationship the way I love you. Or no, we never had to show me through Lord to that. We know it just came out the blue.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it was proven to be right.
Yeah.
It came out the blue, or did it come because she was pregnant with your baby, you dumbass nigga? And maybe she did grow. Maybe she, or did it? That wasn't out did the baby come out the blue? If she was pregnant with your baby, yeah, she might have got emotional and said, "I love you." Yeah, for sure, she was pregnant with your baby. That ain't out the blue. If she's pregnant, of course, the pregnant bitch is gonna tell you she love you. She wasn't saying it even loud. You said she whispered it. She wasn't trying to front you off. You the one that brought attention to it. But you so worried about telling a tattoo artist, "Oh, we don't have this type of relationship," trying to prove something to this nigga. You fake ass nigga. So for sure she gonna leave. You proving this shit to the fake to the tattoo artist? Well, we don't have a relationship like this, man. Wait, what you worried about what he say? Come on now.
Yeah, you know, and I heard a story once. They said, it was a man. He writes book. He's an author, right? And his publisher came to him and said, listen, what they want right now, they want a story about true love, the truest and purest love there ever is. I need you to write a story right now. So he went back a day. He wrote the book. Came back the next day, put it on the publisher's desk. He said, man, that was fast. He said, man, it's easy to write about true and pure love. The story went like this. The woman walks in the house after a long day of work, crying profusely to her husband. She tells her husband, I fell in love with another man and I can't live without him. The husband looks at her for a moment, pauses, then goes and hugs her, kisses her, and says, that's wonderful. I want you to go be happy. End of story. The publisher looks at the author and says, what is this? He said, you told me to write a story about true and pure love, the purest love there ever was. He said, true love is not jealousy. True love is not being selfish. He said, true love is what your mother has for a child. She doesn't care who that man is with as long as it makes him happy. So what I say that to say this is what most women think is love is not love. It's some fairy tale Disney movie that they have in their mind. You don't really love me because you don't want the best for me if it's not you.
Exactly.
So it's like the word is so convoluted. That's why I say, don't tell me you love me, show me.
That was the dumbest story I heard in my life.
Exactly. Like you say, that word is a verb, and a verb shows action, man.
Yeah.
Show me. Show me.
What's the biggest mistake you think you made in your career or just in life that you wish you would avoid?
Being too trusting. Wearing my heart on my sleeve when it comes to people outside the game. You know, because it was a swear that told on me.
Oh,
Now right there, it was a square that told on you. About what though? You see what I'm saying? It was a square that told on me about what he said, being too trusting, wear my heart on my sleeve with people outside the game, right? Well, who in the game? Everybody who's pimping and hoeing, right? How many square partners you got, P, that you're hanging out with? How many square bitches, right? Is you got your heart on your sleeve for? It was a square that told on me. What'd he tell on?
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And I knew better, but me being a person with a good heart that's trying to help everybody, that shit turned around and cost me.
Dang.
And on more than one occasion. So it was lessons learned, but they was hard lessons.
Yeah. So it's being too trusting.
Being too trusted, man. Wearing my heart on my sleeve.
That's deep. That's deep. You know, I feel like that's a problem a lot of people got. You know, I do a lot of coaching and a lot
I mean, true trust and heart on the sleeve. Heart, love, trust. I don't know. He should be saying anything.
of people's biggest problem is that they want to help everybody, that they want to see the good in everybody. And you know, it's not a pessimistic way to live to understand, but you know, you just got to be careful because a lot of people out here take advantage of that.
And I'm gonna tell you why I did it to get even deeper. I come from the mud, Golden. Never had nothing, man. I'm talking about the mud. And it was some strange reason that seeing the joy on people's faces when I bless them, seeing
Yeah.
the happiness, that made me happy.
Yeah.
And at one point, that was like adrenaline to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, damn, okay.
I cannot talk adrenaline. At one point, yeah, because it made you feel like what you was God or something. Power. You said when I blessed them, nigga.
Now I feel happy and I feel good. I was able to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a fit. I can't even really put it in words, man. But I saw where that shit got me.
Yeah. Man, some people got a big heart and it be the downfall. Let me ask you this. Somebody had a question.
That's a big ass contradiction. So I'm showing love, so people, I'm giving bitches money and all that, and that's the game that I'm using, so they won't tell, or that's how they kept respect, right? But then what? Oh, me wearing my heart on my sleeve and being blessing got me told on. All right.
Question, right? They said, man, I've had a woman for 3 years, stomped down, doing everything right, in pocket, handling everything. This third year, all of a sudden, she's defiant. She's not listening. What should I do?
Drop her. To give it an ultimatum, be good or be gone.
Give her an ultimatum. What?
Be good or be gone.
Break
you got
that
to turn
down.
this thing. Hey, man, where my bitch at? Because I'm talking to a stranger. Who are you? You got to ask that. Welcome to, hey, bitch, who are you? Have I ever met you before? Yeah, you got to use some real skull game on this woman. Hey, let me introduce myself to you. I'm such and such, such and such. You know what I'm saying?
See, being defiant, well, first you got to see why. You know what I'm saying? Hey, P, right? Did you get caught up doing something, right? Did she fucking want the square bitch? Did she, you know what I'm saying? You can still both sides, yo, just leave her. No, well, you got to ask questions first. Well, hold on, let's diagnose the problem. Not, oh, just leave her, tell her, oh, where's my bitch at? No, why are you being defiant? Hey, P, did you, what's up with you, man, right? You got to take that in consideration. See?
It's a pleasure to meet you. Yeah, because you somebody else, man, and just break it down and talk to that woman, man, because there's something that's going on with that woman. It's something, maybe alcoholism,
That
maybe,
could be going on with
she
him,
got some
though.
family issues, or maybe she just at the end of her rope with everything and don't know how to say, I'm done.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, the broads will start coming with all kind of extras,
Yeah.
things that's out the ordinary, problems, disrespectful, slamming doors, and rolling their eyes, and damn, where this shit come from? She tired.
Yeah.
She just don't know how to tell you that, hey, I'm good. I'm throwing my towel in.
Yeah.
So that come from the communication part. Sit that woman down, man. Talk to her. You may save yourself a jail sentence.
Man, I'm
And you might refresh the host mind, right? But however, I agree. I agree.
big on communication, because we can make sure that this situation dissolves amicably if we have communication. Because I will tell you what you did that I don't like.
Exactly.
I don't like that. That behavior can't continue. All right, now I told you a second time. I told you that this behavior can't continue. If you do it again, on the understanding that you don't want to be here because that's the only thing that's going to happen. See, now that gives the woman a chance. Is she playing a game? Is she trying to get your attention? Or does she really want to leave? Because sometimes a woman will do something, you don't say nothing, she keeps doing it. You could have nipped it in the bud and she could have understood, okay, no, I just wanted some attention. I wanted to talk.
Through simple, that was some good game right there.
Yeah.
That's some good game, dog.
Some simple communication. I'll tell a woman, listen, this can't transpire anymore. If it transpires, this situation is going to be over. And I don't want you crying. I don't want you trying to pull on my leg. I'm telling you now.
They got to know.
Yeah.
When you say, hey, this is what it is, it's over, this is where we go our separate ways, I mean that.
Yeah.
I mean that.
And you got to stand on it.
The money's no.
I want you to cry and pull on my leg, bitch. He'll cry and pull on my leg, bitch. He didn't care for real.
Good.
Yeah.
The tears
Oh,
mean
well, listen,
nothing.
hey, now
the tears mean nothing.
You got to say your famous line, man, and I live by this. I live by this, and I love this this saying more than anything. To look a woman in her face and say, I get paid, I don't get bought. I get paid, I don't get bought, and I live by that. You can't just give me money any type of way. You can't just come around here any type of way. It got to be the way that I want to be paid. It got to be the way that I want to be talked to. You got to deal with me in the fashion that I want to be dealt with,
Or
keep
deal.
it. Or
no
deal.
dice. No dice. And once that woman understand that, she's going to be a true student of the game. That's going to be your bride.
Yeah.
She's going to show you in her actions, the way she talk to you, the way she walk, the way she handle your business at work and not at work.
Yeah.
You're going to know. This is my broad right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, and that just goes back to standards. These dudes have no standards. They just allow a woman to be here. I tell a woman all the time, you can't just be here.
No.
You cannot just be here. If you're not actively making things better, it can't just even be the same. If you're not actively making things better because of your presence is here, you can't be here. That is my standard.
Because guess what? Now you're not an asset, you're a liability.
Exactly.
If you're not moving like that, you're a liability. You're going to be costly. You're going to cost me in a way that I may not be willing to pay.
There is no in between in the universe. Things is moving forward or moving backwards. So if I feel like things are at a standstill, nope, you taking away.
Exactly.
If I can't put a pin on where you're at in here, then you're taking away.
Exactly. Show know what to say, church.
Somebody said, with letting go of someone that's close to you, that's been there for years with you through it all, in order to be successful, be betrayal.
No, the bigger the sacrifice, the bigger the reward. You finna go to a bigger blessing, man.
Yeah.
The bigger the sacrifice is, the bigger the reward, man. I promise you. It's the things that we don't want to let go that sometimes it's the things we need to let go and that's holding us back.
That's a fact.
That's game.
Church.
Man,
I agree.
I'm trying to tell you that sometimes, man, the reason you're not going forward in the way that you need to is because somebody is right there with you that ain't meant to go with you, man. Some
No.
of my biggest blessings came after somebody stole from me or after somebody ran off. And, then God was like, man, I can't bless you with that person next to you because they don't deserve it.
Exactly. They don't. It's not in the cards for them to even move forward with you, and you will be there stagnant trying to pull this person with you.
Let me ask you this, right? Because I already know where you're coming from on this aspect. I always say, man, you can't lead with the bag, right? What holds a woman longer? Good looks, good sex, money, respect, or game, or a multitude? Or what do you think about that? What holds a woman overall the longest?
It's the game, man.
It's the game.
Information, man.
Break that down.
Don't
What is
run
the
it.
information?
The information is your intelligence, your willingness, your know-how, your strengths.
Yeah.
Because a woman's gonna
They
feed
say
off that.
strengths.
When dick can't do it, when the bag can't do it, when none of these other things, the good looks and none of that, she's gonna want that energy. She's gonna want that game, the information, man. That's that because she's building off of that.
Yeah.
She's building a whole persona of what she's paying for and what she's getting. She's transforming. So ain't none of the other shit gonna work. It don't work into the equation. But that good game and that
Yeah.
respect, priceless.
Priceless to a woman.
Priceless.
Priceless to a woman.
I agree.
When a woman came into your household, did you have a list or a set of rules and regulations and a doctrine, or was it something that you just went with as it came? Here, you do this, you don't do this. This is how we do things. Or
He
was
already
it a set
answered that
of
question.
Rules that you gave her when she came into the household.
Well, it was a setup. Well, not really. It was kind of like I said, them other people was in front. And I laid down the ABC shit, you know what I mean? But my ABC was really intense.
Yeah.
Now here it go. I'm gonna give you ABC, my do's and don'ts, what I like, what I dislike.
Yeah.
And once I let the leash go, it's like they gonna see, like, oh, okay. They moving like this. They say yes sir, no sir.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This man don't even open his own car doors up. Okay. So they paying attention to the look. You feel
So
what I'm
it's
saying?
all from the example that the first woman laid out.
Exactly.
Man, and that's just like in business, right? If you have a good employee, right, when people come in, yeah, they're going to hear what you say you should and shouldn't do. But at the end of the day, if that employee is in there doing things outside of what you said, they're going to fall to do what that person does. That's why a lot of times you try to bring a woman in your household and you got to ride no good woman, you just going to ruin those women when they come into the household.
Oh, man, like they say, one bad apple spoils a bunch, man.
That's why I tell dudes all the time, man, if you don't got your main woman all the way on lock and you trying to knock some new feet, man, you better not even put them feet with your old one because she going to ruin them.
Hey, don't bring her nowhere. She better be a secret over there. Yeah, she better be a secret over there, man, because that broad going to ruin her. She's going to teach her everything on what not to do.
Yep, and ruin something before it even gets started.
It could be something beautiful. That could be your next multi-million-dollar lick. Y'all can make history together.
Yeah.
But that broad just destroyed it before it got started.
No, that's 100%. That's 100%. So tell us about the pitfalls of the game, right? A lot of dudes, they might watch this and they might get the wrong idea. Okay, you made millions, you done had $100,000, over $100,000 days, $500,000 plays. They might see this and think, oh, this is a glamorous thing. I want to try to take my hand at that. Let me try to do that. What do you have to say to a man who thinks that, they gonna be able to do what you did?
Your odds of doing it is 0%.
Zero.
In 2025, it's so many things that's gonna work against your church. I would say, stay in your lane. A lot of y'all dudes are very talented. Y'all can make clothes. Y'all got clothing brands, and some of you guys are artists. Some of you guys can do music. Hey, man, find out what your true talent is. Leave that shit to the professional. Those was the olden days. Right now, in 2025, you're going to get 100 years. You're going to get 100 years. They say lightning never strike in the same place twice. And you're asking for Jesus and the judge. Don't do it. Man, get you some little bras that like you, man. Go out, have a good time, and do what you do, man. There's nothing wrong with being a player. There's nothing wrong with being a hustler. There's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5, if that's what your thing is. But I wouldn't tell you to come into this lifestyle, because 99.9% you dudes ain't built like that. Y'all ain't made for it.
And let's talk on that real quick, right? You say these dudes ain't built for it. What do you see in these dudes now that make it impossible for them to do what you did? Impossible to have the respect in their household. Impossible to be able to lead multiple women and have them in pocket and respectful and bow down to what they talking about. What are these guys missing? What are they missing in their character when you talk to them?
They say, I was gonna say Johnny Cash, Young Gold.
Yeah, they definitely missing this game right here. They
missing
gonna
the
have to get
game,
some.
man. And they scared to invest into themselves. They like to freestyle.
Oh, come on.
Freestyling is gonna get you 40 years. It's gonna get you a football number. You know what I'm saying? Listening to your peers that he green as you is, and y'all just as Charlie call yourself exchanging game.
Here go the hustling, y'all. Here go the hustling. First he gonna tell y'all to stay away. Look, now. But I got some game for sale. Here go the hustling.
But don't nobody know nothing. Man, it's one of the fastest ways to go to the penitentiary than anything right there, because it's a blind leading the blind. Now, how you gonna tell a broad and give her the information when you don't even have it?
They out here guessing.
Guessing.
They guessing. They playing a dangerous game.
Man, they shooting in the dark.
Yeah. And a lot of the dudes that I know went to the penitentiary and had no business even doing what they was doing. And that's why they took those risks. That's why they didn't
And that's in any game, no, y'all, okay? Any game.
see what was obvious to me. It was obvious to me. And I told them. But because they ain't even have no business doing what they was doing, that's what happened.
But you know what, God, that come from when you have a game,
Yeah.
a sense of intelligence. A lot of these dudes lack that.
Man, that's 100%. I feel like it's very important to have advisors around you, a multitude of counsel, if there's safety, and just to be able to run your idea past somebody. Hey, man, everybody's been there where you had an idea to do something, and later you look back like, I can't even believe I thought that. Well, guess what? How about you have that same forethought because you have a mentor you could bring it to?
Hey, pick that phone up. Hey, man, look, man, what you think about this right here?
Yeah.
And somebody's gonna keep it real with you,
Yeah.
100% real with you, and tell you, man, what the fuck you thinking, man?
Yeah.
You no bullshit like that, man. You must
Now send me $1,000.
be ready to go to jail. Or you must be ready to, you know what I'm saying? No, we ain't gonna do it like that, church. There's another better way, man. Why don't you try to whoop, 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 and then whoop, whoop, whoop. And every time I've reached out to my mentors, and a few times they actually saved me from doing some crash dumb as shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's right. Because, when you have no game, you don't really know what real game looks like. So a lot of these dudes is getting their information from songs. They getting their information from rappers. They getting their information from somebody who may have some money, but that don't actually mean he got the game. So you get
Or husbands.
in the game backwards and don't even really understand that.
And that now, 2025, that's the normal. That's the normal.
Yeah.
What Coley P say? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the real the new fake and the lame the new cool.
Man.
Okay, what's the rapper? He just said he getting game from rapper. This nigga gonna recite a rapper.
Man, right. And you could be doing it all the way wrong, but it's a million people that's gonna say you're doing it right. And you could be talking the right game, but it's a million people with the money, with the fame that's gonna say you doing it wrong. And even though you right,
You wrong.
exactly.
Because they say they got the, oh, yeah. They so easily misled nowadays, man.
Man.
That's a real fault, man. That's a fault that's gonna hunt them. It's gonna hunt them in the end, man. Like I tell y'all young guys, man, find y'all something safe to do, man. Find you something safe to do, man. If you dealing with an individual here nowadays and that guy trying to tell you, yeah, man, you good for the game, man. You a little old pimp, man. You could do this and you could do. Man, that guy don't like you.
For real.
He's not your friend. And he really gonna send you to the penitentiary, man.
Man, let's listen. I'm glad we gonna end on that note. But listen, tell these people
Golly,
one
about time.
last thing, right? You know, from your transition. So, you know, you was at the height of your game, making all of this money. You got knocked down, but it seemed like a blessing in disguise because it had you change gears and take the game illegitimate and take that same game, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the respect, the manhood, and transition into coaching, transition into guiding people's lives the right way. Tell them about that real quick.
Hey, man, it's always easy to do the wrong thing versus the right thing. It was hard, Golden.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying? Making that transition. But once you make it, you're gonna say, you know what? This earth just it hit my lungs a little different.
Yeah.
I could lay down at night and sleep a little better now.
Yeah.
I ain't got to worry about looking over my shoulders.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's very much worth it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade it back. If I could turn back the hands of time, I wouldn't do nothing different because it made me who I am right now.
Right.
I wouldn't change nothing, man. Like I say, I lived it, I done it. Now I'm trying to give the word out to you younger generations, man, that you can do better. You don't have to take a path of criminality to become who you want to be.
Right. And the game is universal.
It's universal.
Yeah.
You can be anything you want, man, with the same information that we're giving y'all right now on this podcast. You can take it from our point of view and work it any way you want to work,
Which means perspective, and that's bullshit. What he just said.
man. In your day-to-day life, the ones who work 9 to 5s, the ones that work in corporate, there's some information in here for everybody.
Man, that's 100%, man. I love what you're doing. I love that you're taking the game and you're taking it to a different level. You're giving it out to everybody. You know, something that you once really had to pay for. And even if you paid, you had to know somebody that had a liking to you to give it to you. You now out here giving everybody the opportunity to get this uncommon information to change their life like it changed mine.
And I told these guys this the other day on my Instagram, a lot of this stuff that me and Young Goldie doing and Johnny Cash is giving y'all not going to appreciate it right now. It'll probably be years later till a lot of y'all catch on and say, damn, man, them dudes really was giving it up.
Yeah.
Man, why didn't I live? I could have been. Pay attention, man. Pay attention. That's all you got to do is pay attention. Don't be the one that would have done on 5 years from now and you could have bettered your life and became a millionaire off this shit. Use it. Because you're blessed. If you're able to get this information that Young Gold is giving y'all, check out the main courses, check out everything that he's doing. And I had to call him one day and say, woo, goddamn, Goldie. Woo, man, you giving these folks. Be like, Cash, man, that's where it's at. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to change lives. And guess what made me want to follow that same way? See, I ain't too big, man. I'm a student of the game. In the same cup that I poured in, he's able to pour back into my cup.
That's how it go.
And I love it, baby. I ain't too old. I ain't too big to learn. I don't know it all. Yeah, I'm a student, still a student.
Right on. So listen, you want to get some more game, that manhood, that respect. I know you got the weekly calls, you got one-on-one calls, man. You do the mentorship, you do the life coaching. So get at Johnny Cash. I'm gonna put his information down below. I think it's Johnny Cash on Instagram.
Yeah, Johnny Cash the GOAT. No, Johnny Cash, what is on Instagram?
There you go.
Yeah, Johnny Cash _GOAT.
I'm gonna put the information there. And you know, this ain't gonna be the last thing we do. You know,
Where's
we
the
definitely
information?
skipped the first one. We definitely gonna get back.
Where's
to
it
that.
at?
We definitely gonna come with the questions that you guys have next time. This was a treat. Listen, man, I sat down with this man over a decade and some change ago.
Here we go.
And he gave me some game that changed my life. The reason that I'm here to this day is some of the game that he gave me. And you know what the biggest game that he gave me was on how to be a man of respect. The crux of the game that I got from this man was how to be a real man with respect. And that game right there was all I needed to be able to have and hold multiple women. That was the missing key that most dudes didn't have, was being a man of principle and respect. So, Johnny Cash, I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you, Church, for having me on. Like I said, this is gonna be the first of many, man. We got some more content coming, man, and we're gonna get a little more down and dirty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna catch me on one of them real loose days, man. We're gonna get a little,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
We
I
just
really,
breaking the ice
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
You just something light for him. And this is another episode of Don't Hate the Player.
Learn the game.
And we out.
Okay, y'all. Now, damn. That's, whew. Okay, look. So this is the thing. In conclusion, all right, y'all. Ooh, we got through that. In conclusion, okay. I see a young Goldie. I see you growing. You know, as far as like your the way you're doing things, and that's good. Okay, you definitely need to work on your clothes, but you're gonna be all right. All right. Um, all right. Now, as far as Johnny, look, man. You know, everybody want to come and talk about the past and, all these women and all these contradictions and all this, right? You paying, you give them money to leave and, you giving them allowances based on seniority. Okay, bitch, you down 7 years. I'm going to give you 7,000 and 5,000, 5,000 for, and you're paying these women to you call it, allowance, right? But you're paying these women really to stay. You said the bitch told you that, she was just staying with you because you was convenient, right? We call out a rest haven, P. And then you said that she said that, the other bitches didn't like you either, right? And I understand if that's just being real, right? However, maybe they didn't have respect because of them allowances, because they saw that you was a trick, okay? Through it all, Heavy's the head that wear the crown when it comes to this pimping. Yes, it will give you time. Yes, it's not a game to be, playing with for sure. Okay. However, if you the pimping, you the pimping. I know, some people that, been in prison for pimping and stayed pimping and hoes stayed down and let's hear that story. Let's hear a story about someone who might have went to prison for pimping and had some hoes and some hoes did tell and others did stay solid. You see what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. And then the ones that stay solid, motherfucker might have did 10, 11 years in prison and she still stayed there and, he never, had sex with her or nothing, right? Get out, still down. Let's talk about, situations like that. Okay, because it's possible. Okay. However, you know, Heavy's the head that wear the crown. Okay, so it's just, we don't want to mislead, right? And that's just the thing. You know, um, if you turn over a new leaf, then turn over the new leaf. But to keep talking about the past and lying and, not being all the way truthful, you should have spoke on, you being married now. You see what I'm saying? Or been married, okay? Not just, oh, the bitch been down with me for, let's talk about your married life, okay? Talk about that next episode. I would talk about how it is being a good husband and keeping your family together and all that type of stuff. Husband, okay, let's talk about that. Is there a different respect that he said that a pimp is basically just a man. All the things that he said a pimp was, talking about Johnny, right? It was really just basic characteristics of a man. Okay? All right. So that's all. Like I say, no big thing. Uh I was asked to do this review, or I really wasn't going to. However, the game requested it, right? So here it is. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I say, pimp on.